Okay, in 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
you did a countdown and then you did a second countdown.
I did. What? Okay, I am gonna throw OBS out the window. What is going on?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Sam did a countdown, and I went, and then he did another countdown. So you got to hear the second countdown.
Okay, well, the good news is all of this is audible. None of this is muted, which would be an extra bad thing. Chat, everything is breaking. And even recognizing before the stream starts that everything is breaking and then going and changing all the settings, it still breaks afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm having a bad one today. So we're just going to have to fix this now.
Sure.
Hi, Dave, you talk in an intro. I'm just gonna.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Say It With Me, Sam. Podcast vibes. Yeah. I don't know when that bit's gonna get old, but it's not today.
What is going on over here?
Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the stream where we chat about
fix our OBS setup.
Yeah.
Setup and complain about how much.
We chat about things. We complain about things. Sometimes we review things. All manner of topics. And we play random games. Games that are somewhat idle. We could barely pay attention to while
I'm
chatting.
getting a lot of crackling. I don't know if that's just because
Really?
something.
I'm not hearing any crackling, so it's not your mic or I've got a poppy audio through Discord. I can check my Discord settings. Oh, sometimes there's a thing. Hang on.
Just over here, not on your stream. Oh, then it'll be. Why? As sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes OBS is fine without the cameras being on top. Other times, it does what it's doing right now, where if I can't see the cameras, it can't see the cameras. It becomes a little baby. And it's just... Okay, well then I guess I don't get to see my OBS because it throws a tantrum if I don't have the cameras and everything on
It's
top.
not on
so,
top. Okay.
I hate this. Well, chat, I don't get to see you this time. That's real bad.
You don't get to see chat at all?
No, because I have to have the cameras on top. If the cameras aren't on top, OBS goes, doesn't exist. Peekaboo. You're not real. None of this is real. Why?
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's...
Get your phone out. Put chat on your phone.
Oh, no, because my phone battery is bad. Okay, there we go. I've tricked it.
You tricked it?
I've tricked it. No, I have...
Amazing.
I'm so angry about this. Why from week to week? Hi everybody, welcome to this. Okay.
Yeah.
If I have there. Okay, I've tricked it. It's not a workable solution, but it will do for now. But I need to thank subs quickly because I can't look at Twitch, because if I look at Twitch, that covers up too much of OBS. But I'm quick. Arian, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ems, thank you very much. Amrus, thank you very much. Orego as well, thank you. All of you, and Andy Pants as well, sneaking in with the button press. Thank you. You're all very lovely people. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative.
Good.
I'm losing my mind. Dave, please.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
I'm just making sure we're the same level.
I don't know why we're getting crackles over here.
Oh, that's too bad. Well, you could, in theory, you could put the audio from my stream and watch Sam's stream if that's what you want to watch.
Yeah, that might, yeah. You'll get my sounds because I'm going to be playing a music toy game.
Oh yes, yeah. We'll get on to what games we're playing in a minute. But yeah, it's nice to be back.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, if you know, Sam, if I could pick one person in the whole world to do a podcast stream with, that would be
Joe
nice. But here we are.
Yeah, that's fair. Great. Good bit. Thanks. I'm happy to be here too.
Yeah.
There's been a lot going on here. But I'm here now provisionally for as far as this will all let me be here. So yeah, sorry everyone for the crackly audio from Dave. I don't know why. And frankly, it's probably going to take me a number of hours to figure out why.
I've got a crisp packet, and I'm just
Yeah.
punching it. But in a separate mic that's only going to you and isn't going to my stream. Just to make my stream seem like the better choice, so people come over here.
Yeah. Wait, is Discord just picking up like the built-in microphone? The thing again on just random things that a computer will suddenly do, where it's like you'll do like 30 streams in a row where it's absolutely fine. You will change nothing, and then on the 31st it will go, "Hey, your neighbor's got a PlayStation 5 controller. That's got a built-in microphone. I'm having that."
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, Why do you sound like you're talking in another room? What's going on? And just suddenly it's just gone, "Oh yeah, I'm having that. I want that input. That's that's for me."
I could do that if you want. Do you want?
No.
Hang on. Let's. Which ones?
What is going on?
Does it even pick up? No, I think I've disabled the webcam mic, so it can never accidentally latch onto it.
Yeah. It's like it's not beyond the realm of possibility that it is a Discord problem after what it was doing yesterday during D&D, where it just Sunday. Sorry, I've not been well, and I'm not the only one around that's not been well. So time for the last week has been kind of weird. Yeah. What are we? I'm just going to up the bit rate to 64 on this channel. Region override, Rotterdam.
Damn it! I was doing a joke and it didn't work.
I'm just wondering if there's any bits and pieces like that. Maybe
I switched to the mic on my webcam, and I did.
Now I can't hear Dave at all.
What? Oh, that's
why can I not hear Dave at all?
Hang on.
Is Dave muted?
I missed it now.
Has Dave muted himself?
Hi, sorry.
Hello.
I was trying to do a funny bit where
I
switched to my I switched to the mic on my webcam.
Right.
It didn't work, so I was trying to get like close to the mic.
Right. It was a goof that backfired. Good.
Yeah.
Raven, thank you very much for the 4 months.
Now I'm deliberately screwing up.
Yeah, no, I would hope we'd established by now. No goofs, no bits. This is always got to be head down content from here on out because it's
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dave, what are you playing today?
Nice. Oh yes, games. Let me come over.
Games. Video games.
This. Oh, it's not.
Let's put...
I'm returning to a game I did on stream a while ago. So I load up a save. This is Gold Mining Simulator.
Yay! Do you feel like you're dying?
Yes.
For mining for gold.
That was the stream title when I was playing it.
Exactly.
But yeah, some big machinery, the tiny gold nuggets. I'm building my way back up to having a lot of fancy stuff. I started in a river with just like a pan.
Yeah.
And I'd have to shake it out. But now I've got a big digger, and I'm digging out a hole.
Cool. Okay.
And then I put the dirt into this machine that jiggles it and shakes it
and sifts all the gold out because the gold's heavy, so it sinks to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I put it in this wave table that shakes it.
Oh, okay. Nice, yeah.
And then I go and take the little nugs out and I sell them.
Nice. All right.
So yeah, I'm just going to be like digging dirt, picking up gold, checking on the dog every now and again. I have a dog.
Right, yeah.
He's called Dozer. He just stands
Lovely.
all day in front of his house.
Right.
And I pick up his food and I drop it on his head. There you go, and then he eats it.
That's
That's the game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, can you pet the dog? Technically, you look at it and it says press E to pet, and then he barks, and that's petting the dog.
You think about petting. The concept of petting the
that's...
dog is perhaps represented in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'll go to town and I'll buy things. It's cold.
Yeah.
I think we're in Alaska.
Probably. It could be. So, funnily enough, Lucy and I recently rewatched Road Quest, which is a sort of short series made by Loading Ready Run a few years ago. So there's going to be people in chat that know it. Where they took a long road trip from where they are in British Columbia, so in Victoria, all the way up, following like the first sort of gold trail up through the Yukon to Dawson City, which is like a real far north in Canada outpost.
Cool.
And yeah, so part of that, for like one of the early stops they stopped in a it's basically a sort of functioning old-timey town where it's nice. Just like a kind of like a living LARP. And part of the things you can do there is panning for gold, and they're sort of, teaching you how to do it. And so yeah, it's sort of watching them learn to do a bit of gold panning, like sort of sifting it and sort of scooping the water in the mud and the gold and stuff like that, and then sort of washing it back out. And then when you get up to Dawson City, you can do the famous sourdough shot, which is horrific and yeah, and legendary.
It was on QI. It's how legendary it is.
Yeah, I mean, I remembered reading about it years ago, like as a kid, and for some reason I suppose when you talk about doing a shot with a manky mummified toe in it, you're going to remember that sort of thing. But yeah, that's one of some little piece of information that I retained from childhood. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's, I mean, if nothing else, Road Quest, very good entertaining series. It's like a Top Gear sort of travelogue thing, but without the racism and sexism. So net win for everybody.
Nice.
That was kind of the brief behind it. It's like, those things that Top Gear do, it's like that, but us. So without, again, just casual racism seeded through it and stuff. So yeah.
Speaking of that, look, I've got an engine. Yeah. Ooh, engine. I can detach the fuel filter. It breaks down occasionally, and I have to. Yeah. If the truck breaks down, I have to walk into town to pick up a part, and then walk all the way back carrying it.
Okay.
So that's annoying.
Not quite my summer car, but
Yeah.
That's one I've always been meaning to pick up. Several people have signed up to donate their toe in case someone eats the sourdough toe.
Good. Yeah, we've got to have backups.
Got to have spares. Yeah.
So what are you playing, Sam?
I think it's pronounced Odada. I'm not sure. It's
Odada.
Yeah, exactly. It's a music toy thing which came out recently.
Cool.
Which I played the demo of. I'm gonna have to fix volumes and stuff because I've not loaded this up until today.
That's fun.
But yeah, it's actually retained my volume settings from when I played the demo. It's sort of like a children's toy thing, but it's like a little music toy. So there's all sorts of different things that you interact with. And I was watching Ben Jordan just playing around with it and doing some stuff.
Turn it up a little bit.
And part of it is like figuring out how each one works. Like, and it's not a game, but there's little elements like that. Of like, here's a thing. How does it work? I don't know.
It's just like a sequencer, but with cute aesthetics.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
And so once you do that, and then it records it as a loop, and then you go on to the next one, and same thing applies. And you do this like a bunch of times, and then you get like a little tune at the end.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Into Basie Island. Nice.
Yeah, but you put the
I'm gonna dig some dirt. So yeah, we can get on to the big news of the week, Sam. I know how you like to get your news.
Oh yeah, no. I have a feeling I know what big news story you're gonna drop for
really?
Because my dad did the same thing earlier. Yeah, do you want me to guess?
Oh, you can. I feel like what you guess is going to be different. Go ahead.
Probably, actually, because this is quite an obvious joke guess. Oasis are reforming.
Yes, Oasis are reforming. Oh, you did get it. Good job. It is like one of the biggest things on the BBC News website that isn't, you know, Keir Starmer's budget or other terrible things.
Yeah.
I've got to remember how to use this bucket. There we go. We can rotate cameras. Turn my music down just so you can really enjoy the the Sam music. Oasis. Everybody loves Oasis. They are retouring again. I had some Oasis albums. They were good for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they are. I can't argue that they're not the sound of my childhood. Like, well, I say childhood, like early teens. Like I was very much like I would go to school, believe it or not, and there would always be someone. Actually, let's put it back on. No, that's wrong. Let's put it back on that. There would always be someone with an acoustic guitar, not just playing Wonderwall, but playing like something else by Oasis and stuff. So that they were extremely influential and like formative for a lot of those like early school years in terms of like music taste and stuff. Like, yeah, I've listened through a few other albums a lot. That doesn't mean I'm excited for it because I kind of lost interest in them. And could I turn down the game a bit? I can do. Why? What's your problem, Budok? How's that? Is that better? Yeah. I did turn my gain down a little bit as well. I'll put myself back up a bit. Sure. Yeah, I spent a lot of early years listening to Oasis. I think I preferred them to Blur, because obviously you had the whole Blur versus Oasis Britpop rivalry nonsense. They hate each other, and then Blur did Country House, and they won. Well, that's the thing. I liked bits of both of them. I don't know. When Oasis were just trying to be the Beatles, I really lost interest and found them incredibly boring.
Yeah.
And when Blur were being kind of goofy and quirky, same. So I think it's just more that every now and then either of them was capable of doing something that aligned with my tastes, but I was never like, Oasis, or Blur. So yeah, like Country House, I don't care about at all. It's just Song 2 I used to like and then grew to hate because it just...
Oh, this is everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A player does a thing in a sports event, woohoo! Like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, please stop.
Do you think that was deliberate or a happy accident? You write a song that's very upbeat and has the lyrics woohoo, and then everyone will use it as a successful sporting event. We should write a song, yay, we did it. And then...
We scored a goal! Yeah!
That was too specific. You need or like, we are the champions type thing.
Oh, damn. Oh, let's just keep this loop. This is fine. Yeah. What? I don't know. Like, I remember, I think it was like an interview with Graham Coxon, Obler, talking about how, because it sounded like Country House was a tactical move.
Yeah.
And I remember him saying like he felt ashamed to win the chart battle with that song, which always made it feel like, oh, so was this like a calculated, if we do this song it will do really, really well, but also we're selling a part of our soul in order to win this perceived battle. So in that light, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of like, if we do this it will get used for everything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's clearly works for them. But I guess in as much as you can ever plan for something like that, like you can write a song with the intention of, oh yeah, this will be perfect for this thing, and then everyone goes okay and just goes on with their lives and completely ignores it. And then you put together a recording of Well a Man, stick it up on TikTok, and everyone goes, hell yeah, I love that song, and you get a career out of it, and that's like, what? Okay, that's sure. So I don't know how well you can anticipate and predict that. But then obviously when you're in Blur's position, you know you've got a successful career and millions of fans who will listen to you, which is a decent starting point for anything like that you're trying to get into the public consciousness. So yeah. A song designed for fame and fortune like Moby Duck. I don't know it's been as successful as Well a Man or Song 2.
No. I mean, if I'm honest, what I thought my big song was going to be, if anything, was like Drunken Sailor. Just because it was a song that, you know, everybody knew, and then there's like a new interesting version with verses. Yeah. But I guess not. No, it's Well a Man, it's Bones, it's it's mostly those two.
Like Bones is the surprising one to me. Not because I think it's a bad song or doesn't deserve it, but because it doesn't feel like the typical kind of song that people latch onto. Because again, like you look at like upbeat rowdy songs and stuff, those seem to be the ones that like sort of people imprint onto, but like, yeah, ooh, let's be raucous at a sporting event, or you know, that kind of thing. And those are the songs, you know, I mean, let's take a look at Chumbawamba for one, like, and their one song, and then the entire rest of their folk music back catalogue and everything, and it's like, so yeah, it's fascinating to me that Bones is like the other song that everyone just kind of went, this one.
It's kind of, it's not like a happy upbeat song, and then it's not like a, you know, a sad emotional,
exactly,
in
it's
the
like
vein of like
ballad.
Adele.
It's like
it's sad in a curious folky way.
Yeah, which again is like, that's if you were to try to like engineer a catchy song, that's not where you'd look. You wouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna do some like curiously like cathartic like folk music. It's like sort of sea-song ballady thing, but it's not just about a breakup, it's not about death. It's about death, but it's not like, oh, I'm dying, or oh, you know, it's like it's, you know, survivor's guilt and stuff like that. Like, no, do you have anything about getting drunk in a pub? It would be what you get back, right? And so, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like Andy Bones is sincere and hopeful, though. It is, and it does resonate. But this is my point: that it's like if you're sat round in the boardroom trying to like craft a song that people will latch onto, that's not what you don't look for that. But it's High Ren isn't exactly the type of song that usually works either, but people relate to it. Same Bones, and like this is to me what this is the interesting thing, that it's like there's, and the problem with, I mean, how far and wide do I want to point? It's not just like music, but film and television and any other kind of creative output that it's really the point that I'm trying to make, is that like if you try to picture your audience and then with that in mind try to engineer some kind of average, what will most of these people want, like results, like I'm gonna write a story that resonates with the most of these people, I'm gonna write a song that as many people in this, like more people in this group like than dislike, and so it will resonate. The result you get will probably be far more bland than something that someone has just honestly and earnestly written for themselves, rather than trying deliberately to reach a large audience. And the risk there is obviously sometimes that sincerity doesn't work. Sometimes, a lot of the times, I mean, hell, just look at folk music. A lot of the times the songs just don't connect and resonate, but every now and then you get something that does, and then everyone else goes, "Oh, I like that. Can we do more of that?" And you go, "That's not how it works." So yeah.
My game's really dark. We're just up. It's like brown dirt and like overcast Alaskan skies.
Yep.
I might just add something in OBS to up the brightness.
Fair.
What's your game's like? Bright,
very
colourful.
bright and colourful.
Yeah.
I'm playing of children's toys over here.
It's good.
No, that's far too busy.
Which one of these adds lightness? Color correction. More gamma. A bit more contrast. It's a bit more like what I'm looking at. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Are you excited for the Paralympics, Sam? There's more sport. Sport is back.
I mean, as broadly as a concept, yes. I watched. I don't care too much for sport in general. You will have noticed that anytime I've talked about the Olympics, as it was just I watched the skateboarding, I watched the BMX.
Yeah.
And every now and then I'd be told, like, grabbed and told, like, no, watch this as well.
Is that like, in? I mean, I assume when they add things to the Olympics, they add it to the Paralympics as well, right? They're going to be like blind skateboarding.
I feel like it's probably. I imagine. I don't know. Also, hey, Shithawk, welcome in, and Mary Moss, hello, welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Someone in chat will probably know better than me, because I'm assuming you can't have like one-to-one parity, like this event and that event.
Yeah. It's like if there is an equivalent, then they'd have it.
What about their Paralympic mascots? Wait, what?
They got different ones to the weird red hats.
Oh right.
What are they? Wasn't a very good scoop. Hang on.
Sure, that'll do. A little bit of a beat. Pretty sure we've heard of at least one blind skateboarder. That's rad. That's terrifying.
Yeah, surely you need at least like one from a bunch of countries. Otherwise, you can't have.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Well, not easy contest, but pretty straightforward contest. Paralympic sports are sports of their own, not just copies of able sports. So it would need to be sports that's been established.
Sure.
You don't know, skateboarding has an established disabled thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a friend of mine in sixth form had, I think it was his right arm, like stopped at the elbow, and he did downhill mountain bike racing, with a prosthetic arm, and was extremely damn good at it. Nice. Which I was always like, yeah, like that's super cool. Yeah. I think you saw a video about a legless skateboarder recently, very bad. I've seen that a few times. Yeah, I've seen a few sort of, skateboarders skating with their hands, which is again, like that's cool as heck.
Thanks for a hug.
Hey, look, chat, ducks.
They're crabs.
Oh, they've got little ducks.
They got ducks on their head. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just put a pic of the Paralympic mascot.
Oh, nice.
It's got a prosthetic leg. Nice. And it's stuck in a plastic bag. I don't know what disability that represents.
Is the Longest Pony going to have an America, Canada tour, just a UK tour? At the moment, as far as I know, it is just a UK tour. It is 1 week in February, hitting a bunch of UK venues.
Yeah, I'm going to go to one of them.
Oh, nice.
There's not a Bristol one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my sister to one of the ones. I forget which one. It was whichever one fit in her schedule and wasn't too far to go.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, and I'm sorry for the disappointment on that, but also it's, I think trying to, I feel like it's something they would probably want to do down the future if it's like financially viable, but it's kind of a lot of organization, and it's a tough one to do. I mean, just even the band themselves touring the US.
Yeah, it's hard enough for like 4 or 5 people with
exactly
like 10. It could be a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's already a difficult setup. So yeah.
Be good if they managed to do a live stream again, like the old ones in your parents' house. No, it was in Abby's house. Abby's parents' house.
Oh, Sharkhawk's going to be there. Do not approach. Do not make eye contact with. No loud noises or sudden movements in his presence. Yeah, trying to herd both the Longest Johns and the ponies is going to be madness for the shepherds. Yes, exactly. Oh, you're at the London gig, Chariot. Not London, sorry, New York, the other capital. Well, no, not capital. The other bit.
In Le Poisson Rouge.
I'm struggling. Yes. The one in New York at LPR, the Poisson Rouge.
Yeah.
You saw Longest Johns, the Dreadnoughts, and Sean Daigle all in one night. Hell yeah.
Nice.
I can do it. I hope so, but I'm failing. Raven, you're hoping they can do a East US Coast tour again? I mean, it's obviously nothing at the moment, but because the next visit to the US is like finishing off. That's the thing. Like this isn't a complaint to you or anyone, but it's like wherever they are, as now the guy who like puts this information up on socials, wherever they say they're going, there is always someone in chat going, "Oh, you're not coming to my area? That's a shame. That feels bad." And it's like, okay, but also, like, but yes, as exactly in the future, like that's because they did East Coast or Eastern gigs recently. Earlier this year, so now they're kind of going back to do everywhere else. and then like in the future, there's no reason why they won't be coming back to East US again. So come to Brazil. I see that a lot actually in replies. A lot of places asking for them to come to Brazil. Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, and like that's the thing. Like obviously, I mean, talking back to my earlier music listening days, I've been through that whole thing as well. Like, oh, I really like this band. When are they coming to the UK? And you just look and it's like, we're announcing a new tour. Amazing. We're going to American State. And it's like, oh, okay. Or when what? I don't know what that was. I just heard.
Joey?
Yeah, I sounded like he's flying a biplane or like a very.
Joey's flying a biplane. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's
so talented.
Yeah. Like, well, as someone who I've been a long time reader of Penny Arcade, and they do their PAX expos and stuff. And it was like, first of all, oh, we're doing PAX, and obviously they're based in Washington, so they do it in Washington near them. Like, sure, okay, cool. And we're doing another PAX. Oh, amazing. Where's that going to be? PAX East. East America. Okay, fine, in Boston. Sure, okay. Yeah. We're doing another PAX. Oh, amazing. Okay, they've got 2 in the States. Where's it going to be? PAX Australia. Sure. Okay. Fine. Sure. Okay. Well, that's okay. Well, okay. Now, and then it was like, we're doing another one. Okay, great. You've got 2 in America. You went to Australia after that. Where's the next one going to be? PAX South. It's in Texas. For crying out, please, just come. And then PAX South, they've closed up and stopped doing that anymore. So like, you're never coming to Europe, are you? Okay, fine. Which would have been a whole nother barrier for me to actually go out to and attend a conference or an expo. But yeah, or when it's a UK tour and they only visit London, Birmingham, and Newcastle. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, hey, well, for me, that's always been like looking at internet speeds and upgrades and stuff. And it's like, we cover 95% of the UK with the fastest broadband possible. What do you mean by 95% of the UK? We mean population density.
Yes, 95% of the population lives
London, Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle,
yeah,
Leeds.
But it's one of those things you can't. It's like it's an equation of difficulty to number of people. Like it's going to the US and Canada is like a whole ordeal, but there's enough people in enough different places to make it worth it. Whereas Brazil, I don't know if you'd be able to film more than like 1 or 2. So the effort of getting there is harder. Whereas say there's a European country that has the same number of fans as Brazil does, but it's way easier to get there and to do as part of a longer European tour. So
yeah, and so like ultimately it's not my like I don't want anyone to feel bad for going like for kind of feeling excited when new venues and dates and stuff are being announced, and then for yourself feeling bad when that's not actually coming to your area. Like I seen Perula say about Sweden and Scandinavia and stuff in general. I know that's one that it always feels missed out, always gets missed out when they're talking about we're doing a Europe tour, and it's like no, okay, fine. And so I get that disappointment and I understand it, and I understand like going into the comments and be like, hey, I'd love to see you guys if you're coming near me, that kind of thing. But also from the band's perspective and the management perspective, it always still has to be like there always still has to be a financial decision. Like it has to be somewhere that you can actually like that there is a venue that wants to put you on, and that you will be able to sell enough tickets and enough merchandise to actually make it profitable and worthwhile for you. And that is also the other half of the equation. It's not like, frankly, it's the whole equation.
It's not all about the money, but you can't lose money on too many of these things before you have to just stop doing them altogether.
Yeah, you can't operate as a charity frankly, a lot of artists would love to if there was better government support for the arts. Hey, Lucy, welcome to chat. Thank you for the sub. On that subject is one we've talked amongst ourselves
Lucy
about.
Humphries, Brazil trumpet tour when?
Yes, exactly. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like, if they could, they would take every gig offered to them and go to every part of the world where there was a place they could reasonably set up and play. Can't rely on merch anymore now that every venue is trying to nab 20% just providing a table. I didn't know that. That sucks.
Yeah, that's Live Nation stuff.
Yeah.
Who are in general a terrible company. Live Nation Ticketmaster are the same company and are awful, but it's basically impossible to do a tour without them.
Yeah.
And therefore, that's how things work.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fair, Queek. What Andy Panther just replied to about, it's at the same time we are told to mention where we would like for them to go. It's hard to know where the line is. Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. There is definitely worth in that. And there's been a few times where I have been asked, or the band have been asked by, again, management to go through these comments when you get people saying, hey, come here, come here, come here, come here. And you get like a string of those comments. And it's like, yeah, show us. Like, take screenshots, take these comments and feed them back so that then the promoters can start looking in those places. But there is definitely a way that can be said that is helpful. And I mean, it's all helpful. No one's trying to like cause upset and cause hurt. But like, if you're trying to go like, hey, we're really excited to announce that we're playing in this place, or we come to this country and playing a bunch of shows here, and what you see underneath, the first thing is like, oh, you're not playing in my area? Thumbs down, feels bad. Boo, that sucks. You're not coming here. And it's like, it's that's the job, to read the comments and stuff like that. But it can hurt sometimes just to be like, we're just trying to give some people good news, and all you've got underneath is like, yeah, why do you hate me? And again, like, sometimes it's tone. Sometimes it's you're just trying to make, like, if you were saying that in person, you'd be like, oh, I guess you hate Sweden. I guess you hate Denmark, that kind of thing. It's like, no, no, we don't.
On a slightly related subject, didn't Pitbull do a gig in Tehran once?
Oh, was this
because it was
the joke gig? Because it was like, vote for someone to come and play here.
Yeah, and then he just did it anyway. But I guess he's big enough that he could do a gig basically anywhere and get the fans.
I don't know anything about the guy. He might be a good guy. He might not. But it says to me, he's up for a laugh. He's like, okay, well, if you want to book me and put me on there, hell yeah, let's go. That says something about a character.
I don't think I've ever heard anything bad about Pitbull.
No,
it's just maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but he seems seems okay.
Making art that people doesn't like isn't a crime. Is a crime, I nearly said.
Is a crime, yes.
What? Yeah.
No art that we don't like.
Yeah. It was a play at Target or similar store contest, and 4chan sent him to one of the most out of the way one. And that was it. Play at Target. Sorry, yes.
Oh, there was another one where it was like sending like Justin Bieber to Tehran or something, and then he didn't go.
Right.
I remember Pitbull's the one who actually did it, but maybe it wasn't that extreme. Yeah. Maybe it was Alaska or wherever.
Yeah. Oh, Parola. Even worse when people are super pissed about them not going to a specific place where they went last time without the person. I think that's the heartbreaker. That, like, genuinely, and again, like, I get it. None of this is to make anyone feel bad or think, oh, I shouldn't comment. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do. It's just like, eventually just trying to put a human face on the other side of the person that you're messaging when you say these sorts of things. But like that one is, the number of times I see that where it's like, Voyage Tour 2024 Part 2 coming to the US, hitting all these venues, and you get someone go, why aren't you coming to the East Coast? Or literally like, why aren't you coming to town and state where I live that was on the list of venues? And he's like, no. And it's like, again, this isn't feel bad for saying that. That's absolutely fine. But as someone who's like, oh, I'm sorry that you missed that information first time around, and like, that's where that says to me, spam this information more, because there's always going to be someone that misses it. Like, for me, post that information as much as possible on the socials, even if it annoys everyone. And for fans and followers, share that information. Please just like make sure it gets out, because the algorithm doesn't help anymore. The algorithm is awful. It just doesn't want anyone to see anything.
You should.
And nobody clicks on anything anymore.
You should call it like the right-wing foreigners are awful tour, because then maybe you get more shares on social media and Twitter.
I might need to have a private word with you about messaging.
I mean, people who know would know that that's not what it is, but
yes.
But the algorithm would boost it.
Yes, it would, as a cynical statement on the status of of social media and what rises to the top or floats to the top and gets shared on. Yes, as perhaps a brand statement. I have some notes. It is
no bad ideas. You know, it's a marketing pitch.
There are some bad ideas.
I wonder if you could just like game SEO and algorithms by naming something. It's like when businesses used to game the phone book by calling themselves AAA plumbers.
Oh yeah, there is that. Well, the first example is intentionally, as I heard, and I don't know how true this is, whether it's like internet apocryphal nonsense or actually true. But so Elden Ring came out a few years ago, a couple of years ago. Obviously, very popular game, big video game release. A lot of people will be attempting to not buy it, not acquire it legally and legitimately, and afford the developers the money they're due for their hard work, but to pirate it instead. And how does one pirate it? You torrent it. So if you were to say search for the game online, looking for a seed of that torrent, you would probably type in, amongst other things, Elden Ring torrent. The horse that you get in the game is called Torrent.
That's good.
There is, as far as I'm aware, no other stated reason within the game why this horse is called Torrent. That's just what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading someone say that this was a choice by the developers to try and throw off people's ability to search for it, because if you search for Elden Ring Torrent, you're just going to get a lot of hits about the horse. And I hope it's true, because that kind of ingenious thinking. Yes, goat horse. It's functionally a horse. And here I am now perpetuating this. As I say, I've not read the interview with the developers where they say that this is the case. I have only read second-hand information from someone. I saw a mate who said, "Nice, wobble that table." Your favorite anti-piracy thing was Arkham Asylum back in the. There is a room that you're trying to fly across, and you can't fly across it if you've pirated it. Like, it's
Game Dev Tycoon released their own pirated version that crashed. That like you lose all of your money and business. After a certain amount of time, because people start pirating the games inside the game.
Nice. Oh, amazing. And then people go on Reddit and like, hey, my game's bugged. Why does this happen? Everyone goes, because you pirated it. Excuse me. Yeah, but I do enjoy reading about those kinds of things. The anti-piracy like tricks put into games to basically make people out themselves. No, we don't want duck. I don't like duck.
159 grams of gold from 2 big buckets of processed dirt. That's like, I found like 100 grams just by, digging around. Yeah. So it's kind of slow, but the nuggets that you find are like a mechanic the game lets you turn on if you want to help get the money.
Yeah, we found the lo-fi piano instrument.
Nice.
After boot up made us turn it down.
Little basilica with ducks. Cute. Okay. Sure, let's turn things off because I need to go to town to get more fuel to power my things, and I can also sell my nuggies while I'm there.
Why is this one?
Just a button.
This one's impossible. Like, this is, I think, my one complaint about the game.
Yeah.
There's every now and then the fact that you have to use this like 3D, just putting things where you want them to go, and that's, I guess, a part of the charm of it. It's like you're playing with sound toys. You're not like, it's not a precise instrument.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what a little barn sounds like.
I mean, it's not a million miles away from my my music generator that I made with chat, and then chaos mode.
That's kind of what made me think of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you've got nice. Because then what happens at the end of this is you can output it as a WAV file, so you can like you perform it a little bit with like bringing it. Oh, here we go. We got to it like with like bringing in the different instruments and stuff. Which does mean there's an element of actually remembering what each bit sounded like.
I've been thinking about taking some of the things we made as the random short loops. See if I can develop them into slightly more complex, longer tracks, and then throw them together into just a little mix.
Yeah.
And I also said I'd do a YouTube stream, chill beats to study to rip off.
Nice.
Thing.
All right.
I want to draw like a fake lo-fi beats girl. That's just me sat at the computer.
Yeah.
And then just set it on chaos mode so that sometimes it sounds good, sometimes less so, and that people just find the stream going at the wrong time and think it's someone's terrible music compositions.
Nice.
But who knows? Maybe people will love it. Maybe it'll be the new big. Because she's like the ultimate live stream on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone beats her.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's have a check, actually. Lo-fi beats to study to, is that the original one? Just lo-fi hip-hop radio, lo-fi girl. 36,000 people watching right now. That could be low. Maybe it's more at some of the time.
I do enjoy a good bit of just lo-fi hip-hop.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not bad.
Yeah. I just find it, not all of it, like again, like as a genre, there's always going to be stuff that I like and stuff that I don't. But I remember it was years ago, like the first time I encountered it was you remember Beyond the Summit and like the Dota tournaments that they put on, because they used a lot of that for their break music back then.
Right.
And I was like, I've never heard this before. What is this? It's just sort of, cool kind of, well, lo-fi lo-fi hip hop. Like there's no better way to describe it than that. It's like, oh, this is okay. I like this. What am I hearing here? This is interesting. And you look it up and like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I like this then. And it's just funny to me seeing it just be everywhere now. Your home network is called Wi-Fi Hip Hop Beats, Amherst. Wow, you've just doxed yourself.
Nice.
Now we know where you live. Probably some lo-fi tunes make you irrationally annoyed and angry. Maybe avoid Dave's stream when he does that. There.
I mean, that's definitely not the intended. Purpose.
Because like I found recently, I've gone many a time on about how much I enjoy the game Eastshade and how much I like its music, and I found recently the composer for that
nice.
also has like a lo-fi hip hop side project, which is really, really nice. So yeah. After a year, you use lo-fi playlists on Spotify to go to sleep, and then it started putting loud ads in between every damn track.
No,
that's useless.
Yeah, they must
friend bought you Eastshade for your birthday. Hell yeah, go play.
Nice. They must make a lot of money just from that one live stream. Plus all the videos that get millions of views.
Was it them that accidentally one time created the longest video on YouTube because they accidentally ended their stream and the entire thing became like one VOD for months worth of video or something like that? Like,
I don't know, because I know I was looking into this when I was doing the 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
The limit for YouTube live streams or like videos in total used to be like, it was either 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah.
But they've now...
On Twitch it's 48 and then you have to like take it down and re-up.
Yeah. Now they've capped it at, I think, like a few hours. It's like nothing that big. Maybe 12. It might be 12.
Yeah.
I think it is 12. Yeah, I was considering also just like making a YouTube stream of all of the D&D episodes and just leaving that running.
All right, yeah.
But the VODs wouldn't remain. You'd only get like 3 episodes, and then it would have to stop and restart. I still haven't worked out where the story elements are. It's got like a flashing story symbol when you're near some of the story.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to find it and what it would look like if I did find a story element.
Yeah.
Something around here. We just click on.
I'm looking for story. Where have you hidden your story?
This motorbike. It's this story.
No, that's left.
Yeah. No idea. Okay. Give me my gold nugget. There we go. Jumping in the back. Take it to the bank. Pay dirt. Well, no, pay dirt was a few steps ago. Oh yeah, we're in Haines, Alaska, the gold mining capital of the world. Okay. It's very small.
Oh, this is giving me big Ooblets vibes. This.
You're making a cassette.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Nice.
Gonna chuck my gold bar through the door of the bank. 500 grams.
Yeet, smash.
22k.
This is how you save your tune. You like save it on a cassette and decorate it, and it's really charming. Cool. Yeah. Planes. What are we playing today? Dave is mining for gold, which you can see here. Doop.
Currently selling gold to the bank.
And I am playing Odada. I don't know why it's called this exactly. Which is a bright and colourful little music toy thing. So you can. Oh wait, how do we? That's how we put that in there. Bonk.
My current goal, which is it says it's still part of the tutorial, is to make $480,000.
Okay.
I've made 41,000.
Right.
From a few hours of game time.
We've discussed Hard Space Shipbreaker before, haven't we?
Oh yeah, I mean that was nothing compared to this. I mean, it's like the big submarine in Ship Graveyard Sim that I think took me about 8 IRL hours to complete. Going back to it.
Nice. Yeah.
This is going to take so long, but I mean this is like the tutorial. In fact, there's in town there's a poster on one of the walls that is like the League. People take this very seriously.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's like without the DLCs, someone has mined almost 50,000 ounces of gold.
Wow.
I don't know why it's in ounces when my measurement is in grams. Maybe I can change that. With the DLC, it's 271,000 ounces.
Blimey.
And some people seem to be in a clan. This is like gold mining clan, NF.
What? People get into this? Right, okay.
Someone has a Twitch. F3. He just loves mining gold.
Which, on a different subject, are we going to have to start a deadlock clan?
There's clans?
Forgetting.
Oh, you just mean putting
but
just putting letters in front of our name?
Yeah, let's take it. I mean, it's a new game that obviously they're going to want to turn into an esport. I think we get in day one, start taking it seriously, get professional about this.
Yes, yeah. Everybody's if you don't know, chat, everybody's talking about
Jamie,
the brand new game just released. Hang on, I'm doing a joke, but I can't remember the name.
Yep.
Oh, Return to Moria's on Steam now.
Oh right.
I've already got it on.
Yeah.
On Epic. The brand new game that everybody's playing and definitely didn't fail.
Oh, Concord.
Was it Concord? That's the one. I was going to say Control. But...
No,
Concord.
No, how dare! Control is a masterpiece, and I will.
I can't even see it on Steam. It's just hidden. It's not in the new releases. No. Oh, it's because I was looking at popular new releases, not new releases.
Wow.
There's way too many in new releases. It's going to be down underneath the land of the magnates and the crime scene cleaner soundtrack.
It sounds like from what I have heard from the few people that have actually played it, and I guess it's mainly game critics, it sounds like it's decent.
Yeah.
It's just getting it seems like everyone's gone. Overwatch has absolutely fumbled the bag. They were the top tier. They were the World of Warcraft of this genre of game, and they just completely biffed it by making everyone swap over to Overwatch 2, and then changing everything about it that everybody likes. And so, there's a big vacuum in this that we can go and fill with our new game. And you've got Valorant, which is Counter-Strike with powers, and something about it doesn't appeal to me. I think it's possibly the extremely quick time to kill, which is the Counter-Strike thing. I understand it.
I've always been more interested in Counter-Strike as opposed to say I don't know, I was going to say Battlefield, but I do like Battlefield, the kind of just respawning and running, particularly World War II.
Yeah.
Ones. But the tactics of it, it's more about positioning and holding corners and things, and it's not always just person who shoot the best win the game.
Yeah. Well, this because I don't have a big interest in Counter-Strike, and as such, I've not seen a lot of it. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to buy a magnetite separator, but I'm not quite sure how it works, so I'm just kind of looking at it and working out what else I need to buy.
I just bung your head or arm in there somewhere. That'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I was watching like Day 9 talking about about Counter-Strike recently, from the perspective of like level design, and his point was that because of the incredibly low time to kill in Counter-Strike, it's literally like someone sees your head, bam, that's it, you're dead.
Yeah.
That your positioning and thus your relationship to the environment around you is extremely crucial and important. Like every box, every obstacle, every object around you is highly relevant.
Yeah.
Because it's all cover, it's all space, it's all line of sight. And so therefore, like going from one place to another on the map is a very like labor intensive process, both mentally and in game physically. I'm exhausted just from walking across this map. Because you have to be aware of every object and obstacle around you to use it as cover or to use it for like sight lines, and to be aware of what you're presenting and what's being presented to you around you. Whereas in something like Overwatch, by contrast, there's a lot more. It's a lot slower. It takes a lot longer to die.
Sure.
And you have a lot more like powers and abilities and things that you can fire off to get into or out of trouble. Things like Winston jumping in and dropping a bubble, hitting some people, and then jumping back out and stuff like that, which you couldn't do in Counter-Strike because you're dead. And so your relationship with the environment changes drastically. And yeah, I've never really been big into like the ultra twitch, ultra fast, like someone just shot me in the head from across the map with an SMG kind of experience.
No.
Because
like me, you're not the best at it, and therefore, whenever you're matched up against people who are...
Hold up, speak for yourself. No. That's why I play support in Battlefield and stuff, because I can just run around as a medic. You died, great, back on your feet.
Yeah. Games where there's so much more elements than, just the shooty heads. Click on heads.
Yeah, other ways,
win
it's
game.
like, I can't shoot them, but I can get you back on your feet so you can shoot them, Mr. Frodo. That's like I'll carry you so you can carry me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just on a tangent. Any thoughts about trying the Fallout London mod? You've been having fun with it, but it feels like there's a lot of British jokes and references that you just don't get.
Oh, I did.
Not for me, but Dave played a lot of it.
I did one stream of it. It was alright. Something about it didn't quite have. I don't know if this was the charm or the polish of like a New Vegas or Fallout 4, which is fair enough. It's a like a fan made mod, but I feel like it had potential, and I intend to at some point go back to it. It felt less open world, I think, like get boxed in by streets and things. I wanted to roam around a bit more, but I'll go back and explore a bit more, unlock maybe more places, missions, and then see what I think after that.
Two things then. So firstly, Amma's asking, do I have any plans to play Thank Goodness You're Here? Yes, I have it. I bought it. I was hoping to stream it. I think I was hoping to stream it last week. Then I got real sick. And I'm hoping, hopefully, sometime to stream it this week, maybe.
I feel like possible. I've heard of that. Maybe you've told me about it before.
I'm not sure. Shitehawk, if he's still here, will also pop up in chat because he was recommending it before, saying yes, play it. It's a what they've called a slapformer. It's an extremely British game, set I think in the north, where where I think your entire task is to just help people, but your only method of interaction is slap. And it's a very, very silly, very funny, like bizarre, but bizarrely British in the way that we do humor kind of game. So it's another one that I think a lot of the jokes might not translate across. but I was watching Nerd Cubed play it and I had to stop because I was like, if I see all these jokes, then I'm not going to laugh as well the second time around. So I'm just going to stop watching this so I can play it myself.
Sure.
But yes, I have it. I'm definitely planning to stream it because I think it's going to be a good time where we can all talk about comedy and British comedy. But yeah, I haven't played the Fallout London mod, but I never know how to approach like fan-made mods that are kind of set within an existing properties world.
Yeah.
Like, because like you played a bit of the Portal one that was like, oh wow, some fans have made a mod that's like a complete standalone story expansion for Portal.
Yeah.
And it's all voice acted and stuff. And when I watched, I think I watched a bit of Carities and you playing it as well. And it felt too much like people who weren't like Valve's frankly very good, extremely talented comedy writing team trying to do those same jokes.
Yeah.
Which it kind of had that feeling of like, oh, my humor's very Python-esque, so I'm just going to say a bunch of nonsense at you. That's, to me, feels like Monty Python jokes, but doesn't land in the same way because it feels like a facsimile. It feels like an imitation of the thing rather than the thing itself. And it's like, you'd probably be better off just doing your own jokes rather than trying to do someone else's material in the same way.
Yeah.
And Fallout's a very different property. It's not like there's humor there, but it's not an inherently comical property, even though there is comedy in there. But I still wondered whether it would have that same feeling of we're trying to do someone else's thing, but we're not them, so it's not quite gonna land in the same way. Plus, with culturally how, like, inarguably to me, the Fallout universe as it exists is steeped deeply in America and Americana. Like that is the culture from which its entire purpose.
Yeah, I think that part of it they did do quite a good job on it. I remember just seeing a lot of things in it, and there was like, oh, that's cute. That's that. Yeah. I see how that works as a Fallout game, but being London.
Yeah.
And I imagine maybe not being British would be a negative to enjoy those sorts of things.
Yeah, and that's it. That wasn't me going to say like, so you can't do that. But to me, that's a difficult task to translate that across. And I can see how it works and how it would work. But again, when you're doing like a fan-made mod like that, it's like, just straight up, do you have the chops to actually do this and pull this off? And you know, it's free. That's a pretty decent, pretty fair asking price to give it a try. But for me, I only have so much drive space and time, so I figured I'd just wait and see what other people thought of it. Sure. Plus, I played a lot of Fallout, and I'm kind of fine doing something different. Am I talking about the newish Portal one? Because Portal Stories Mel is a lot better with the writing.
Isn't Portal Stories Mel actual Valve though?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of something else? Maybe I'm thinking of Alex. The Half-Life.
Half-Life Alex is extremely good.
Yeah,
probably
VR
not if you're
thing.
not playing it in VR.
Yeah.
But in VR, because I love doing that on Steam. Like you look at the reviews, and like, well, I modded it so that I could play it on my desktop without playing it in VR, and it was bland and boring, and I managed to clip out of bands like.
It's the game equivalent of the subreddit didn't have eggs.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I made a carrot cake, but I didn't want to use carrots because they're too sugary, so I added kale, and it tasted bad. Like, yeah, because you added kale. My dude. Queek, the Wilderness Part 4 hasn't been saved? I thank you for reminding me of that. Please message me on the Discord because I will forget. I can't do it right now, and I will forget by the time I get round to actually doing that. But yeah, thank you. I thought I had done that, so my bad. Thank you. Just ping me in like Stream of Consciousness and Discord to remind me, and I'll try and do that after stream, assuming it's still there because it's been a minute.
Should be a month, 2 months.
I think it's 2 months. I'm just trying to think whether it's because things have been quite disrupted of late, and so it's like it could easily have been 2 months since we did that. I don't know. I don't think it has. Yeah. Have I played this one? I think I played this one. But yeah, like I feel like I'm slightly weird for many reasons, frankly. Yeah, thank you. But in that I'm one of those people that doesn't really care that much for mods. Like it's impossible to mention Fallout or Skyrim as key examples. Thank you, Lucy. That's a good joke. We've made 10,000 sounds, chat. Hell yeah.
Nice.
But it's impossible to mention Fallout and Skyrim without someone going, "Oh, and these are the mods you should install." Like that's you can't bring those up without, "Oh, these mods this is here. Welcome to my mod list of all these things that I install in order to make this trash, awful piece of junk game that you think you are trying to play actually palatable and worthwhile." And like, I played through Fallout 3 start to finish on the Xbox 360, and I had a couple of crashes, and that was it. But I had a perfectly fine time. The inventory system, the UI was a little bit fiddly, but it was fine. I played through Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 on consoles without modding them. Again, the UI menu system's a little bit weird, but it's fine. It's like, and these are games that everyone's like, if you're going to play this game, you have to install these mods, otherwise I'm not even gonna. I was like, it's fine. And like, yeah, mods can add things to a game and extend the lifespan of a game, or give you some new interesting ways to play it and whatnot. But also, I feel like there is a huge amount of emphasis put on mods that's not always entirely earned and justified. You can play a game as it's released, made by the people that made it, just fine without installing mods, and that's generally how I prefer to play most, if not every game.
I'd say it's definitely, but it's like, it's not. I don't think it should always be a case of, making an unplayable game playable with mods.
Yeah,
it's obviously you can be making an excellent game.
Yeah.
Either even better or just different to make it, way more hours. I mean, I'd say the prime example would be Minecraft, in that that has been around as long as it has because of all of the mods for it and a massive community around that.
Yeah, there's some quality of life and tuning up and stuff like that. But it's like with that though, my other experience of attempting to mod things is, oh, it doesn't work. And just hitting that roadblock, and it's like, oh, why doesn't it work? And like I get how it becomes like this for people, but almost it seems sometimes like the act of modding becomes the game itself, and it's like you see the accounts like, I spent 16 hours this evening modding Skyrim, and now it's all set up and I don't want to play it because that's the game for me. It's setting up this dream fantasy experience of what you're about to play, and then cool, we're good, I'm out. And I don't know. I have a different set of preferences.
Sure.
Yeah, and that's fine. But it's like it's because I feel like so much I see the argument that you have to mod things. It's the only way to experience games, and this is just my own little like pushback against that. Of like, it's fine to play the game as it's released. That's okay. You can enjoy that and just actually sit down and play a game. Yeah.
I think that is generally a symptom of something that's kind of
permeated.
So this is kind of permeated basically all spaces, like including, even online, like political or ideological discourse, in that people on the internet have to have the strongest possible opinion. And it's black and white, and it's their way or nothing. And
it's pineapple on pizza. now we knife fight. That, like, it's okay just to have a difference of opinion to someone on the internet. It doesn't need to be a fight.
I think it's a combination of people, looking for, interesting conversations or arguments online, and also there's obviously 1,000 people in the middle who don't care either way, that obviously don't care enough to even post about it on the internet, so they're left out of these types of conversations.
Like that's like I feel like there's always a shift. Like years ago, I remember, like, back in my day, in the early days, fully 20 years ago. I was born in the 80s, David.
I've got love for you, as Calvin Harris would say.
Oh, okay. I don't know that reference.
No, I've got love for you if you were born in the 80s. Hey, you don't know that?
Good for him. No.
No? Oh.
No, now we have to fight about
this. You were born too early in the 80s to appreciate that music.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I was born in the earlier half of the 80s, yeah. I'm 41.
I think Calvin Harris is maybe born in, like, 86.
Right.
So
fair enough. But, like, early forum days, which, were very much an untamed Wild West compared to what we have now on the internet. Like, this isn't like, back in the good old days.
When everywhere was 4chan.
Yes. But I feel like there was a lot of, like, understood by both parties, like, performative, hyperbolic arguments. Like, it would be... You would get the, if you like pineapple on pizza, I have to kill you, I hate you, I want you to die. And everyone else would just go, ha, 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 ha. Yes, that is an obviously needlessly hyperbolic response to that kind of opinion. Like, I understand that you don't want to kill this person because of their preference of pizza topping. And I understand that my life is not under threat because I want to put pineapple on a pizza. And somewhere over the years, that shifted to, no, actually, if you disagree with me on this, I will find where you live and I will send a bomb to your house. And it's like, I don't know when that happened. I don't know when people actually started taking this stuff seriously and genuine. And still not everyone does. But there's like...
I have a theory. Yeah, you can finish your thought, but...
Well, I was just going to, like, ramble out until I ran out of steam.
Oh, sure.
So feel free to take over.
I think it might be a case of, like, saturation of users, in that the people who understood that this was all joking and funny, they're still on the internet. They're still, like, the very online people, like you and I, and maybe a lot of people on Twitch and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then there's a whole other class of people now on the internet who weren't, computer literate 20 years ago, and it's now because everyone's online and there's been certain etiquettes kind of set up from when the internet was a tenth of the size it was, and now everybody's on it, and they maybe don't understand the way jokes are or have been in the past on Spaces.
Yeah, and, like, that's not to say that there weren't, like, this isn't so, like, again, back in my day on the forums, everyone understood that it was a joke. No, absolutely not. There would still be people who got needlessly angry and all caps internet violent about things that they disagreed with. And, like, that would happen. And then the moderators would ban them. So, like... Or the community would rally around them and that would become the identity of that space. But so, like, it happened, but I feel like somewhere along the way we've lost, like Andy Pant's saying, like, we've lost the art of having ridiculous hyperbolic arguments for fun, because like that was the thing. It's like that was the hyperbolic jokes. Like you say, this incredibly unimportant, benign milquetoast opinion that you have of putting milk on toast, then for this I declare war. For this, I hate you, and I swear that I shall wipe out your entire family lineage.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, "Oh yeah, that is a funny, over-the-top reaction to have towards such a benign, inconsequential thing." And we've just lost that over the years, as you say. Like, it probably is just like an increased usership, just an uptake in people who both think that that's actually how you should respond, and people who see that and think, "Oh, good grief, you're serious? You're actually going to come around and kill me?" I'm like, no, I'm not gonna, because that would be a really silly thing to come around someone's house and do. Did I just suggest putting milk on toast? Yeah, I did, and I'll do it again.
If you don't like milk on toast, you are scum of the earth, according to Sam. Everybody, your opinions are wrong.
Mods put Lego blocks in their shoes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, Andy Pants, the Oxford comma is actually a vital, important service. It's the Oxford comma is good.
The Oxford comma is good, useful, and sometimes necessary.
Yes.
Like in that sentence. I stopped to pronounce the Oxford comma.
Yeah.
Not enough people use the Oxford comma in speech these days.
Okay, Plains. Now we're fighting. If they put beans on they put beans on toast, who is stopping the Brits to put milk on it? Beans on toast is good. I'm sorry if Americans don't understand the concept of beans on toast and executing the idea poorly, but beans on toast is good.
I have a different opinion.
I don't mean just like crack open a cold can of beans and slop it on some warm bread.
No, yeah.
You have to you got to go to town on this thing. You got to season those beans.
I think toast on beans is better. Because if you pour all the beans on all the toast, you just get soggy bread. You want a combination of still crispy bread and some soggy bread, and then you want to control the amount of beans on the amount of toast. Personally, what I do is I'll make a grilled cheese and have a bowl of beans.
I was going to say,
and then I'll dip it in.
Oh no! So I don't know why restaurants now do the ramekin of beans. I was discussing this with Lucy the other day. To put them on the plate. I want to eat them. They're not a condiment. They're not like a little. I don't want to
make a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, it's not. Where was it that we did? Well, we ate somewhere that did that. Oh no, it was a B&B that we stayed. They did like a little ramekin of beans with a quick breakfast, and the breakfast was lovely. It's not to slam the place, but I just
dox them. Tell us where it is. We'll leave negative reviews online.
No, because they were lovely.
I've dug a bit too much. My digger's in danger of falling in the hole.
Unleash a Balrog. Let him out. But like, yeah, I was going to say what I do if I'm feeling like a fancy lad, I'll make cheese on toast and then put beans on top of that because
then the cheese protects the toast from the moisture of the beans.
Yeah, it forms a barrier and you get bonus cheese. America, it's an opportunity to eat more cheese. No shade, no judgment, but we can all agree that that's a good thing. But no, like I don't just like stick some beans on. Like you've got to heat them. You've got to cook them so that they soften. Otherwise, they're pretty hard. Then you put like half a teaspoon of Marmite in there, and like some chili flakes, maybe some herbs, like some mixed herbs, or just like oregano or something.
You mean oregano?
Yeah, exactly. And then maybe like a little bit of barbecue sauce, possibly. I don't know. And you just like cook those down a little bit, and then you put that on your toast, and that's then you're having a good time.
Having a good time.
You'll accept beans on toast if we will accept biscuits and gravy. I mean, I've got no problem with either. As you know, I have a problem with the British execution on the concept of biscuits and gravy, but I'd give the American biscuits and gravy a go. They're not biscuits and gravy. They're scones in sausage sauce. I don't know, but
I haven't technically had biscuits and gravy, But
Yeah.
I went to Cracker Barrel.
Right. Oh no, the crackles come back. Why does that happen? Anyway, sorry.
I was excited to do so. Cracker Barrel's great.
Yeah.
And there were biscuits. And I had a meal. I think it was turkey, like chicken fried turkey.
Oh yeah.
Because it was around Thanksgiving, and that came with gravy. So I kind of inadvertently had biscuits and gravy. And they were good.
Nice.
But I think that I mostly ate them separately.
Yeah.
Because again, the biscuits were like warm and crumbly, and I didn't want them to just be like mush in liquid. It reminds me of human music from Rick and Morty.
Nice. Yeah.
So is this a whole new track with different machines you're making now?
Yeah. So you get different. You get like a so you get like a bunch of different machines, and it kind of randomizes what ones you get for each track.
Okay.
And also because you have to have some level of like unlock and replayability stuff.
Yeah.
For the first bunch of tracks, I think that you make, you unlock new bits. So for completing my first one, I can now change like the time of day, which I think changes a little bit like the sounds that you get.
Nice.
So yeah. So far I've just had two that I've seen before, but this is new. But yeah, they all function as different like sequences.
Like what's the game with the shapes? I don't know. It's a very specific game that had squares and circles and stars. Maybe not moons. Tiles that you put in. I don't even remember what the object of the game is. I just remember the tiles.
Right.
I wonder if I can get a bigger scoop and pick up more dirt at once. Would I need a bigger excavator for that?
Mm-hmm.
I've made this big hole. I'm soon going to have to move the whatever that machine is, the shuffly rock rotator, so that I can put dirt in it. And then see if my magnetite separator works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's midnight. Day over. To pay some of my gold in rent. Damn it.
So this is where, with this one, I'd like to have some way to introduce like some variants, like have 2 different tracks so that it can, which is where you start getting into like MIDI news things where you have, the option for like variation and.
Start.
Well, that's kind of interesting, actually. Having this one going like that. Because then they can kind of interrupt each other and introduce some...
Okay, so I've got buckets now. That's the gold bucket. This was empty. It said it's finished separating magnetite. The game didn't tell me how these things work. I also
some didgeridoo, apparently.
Cool. Swap cable over. Now we use the wavetable.
Sure.
Was I meant to put something before? When I started the game, it showed me like a full setup.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kicked me off the land and said, "Here's your own land," and it was fresh. But there was like little bits of carpet that caught stuff. But was that this? I mean, I bought the magnetite separator and I didn't end up with any magnetite, so I wonder. Let's turn the excavator off. You're at fuel. Let's go back to town. Buy some stuff I need. Maybe see if there's a bigger scoop. Is there no magnetite to separate? I don't know. There should just... all of the ground should just have the things in. All this ground is equal within that area.
Tropico 4 is free to keep forever on GOG. All right.
Cool.
What is
Age of Mythology remaster is almost on Game Pass next week, I think.
Right.
I love Age of Mythology.
I've been playing Everspace 2 because just for some reason I felt like really playing that, and I've actually been enjoying it. It's been fun. Yeah.
I realized I am going to town at 1 AM. I don't know if the shop's even going to be open. Is it 24-hour town? What happens in Everspace?
It's so I feel it. I think the second one is a little bit different to the first because I feel like the first is sort of framed like it's a little bit of a. I might be thinking of a different game, but I feel like it was a bit of a roguelite kind of thing where you sort of like jump from. I think you're trying to escape something. I'm not sure. It's kind of like a like more active space flight combat FTL kind of thing where you've got your spaceship and you're jumping from place to place, taking encounters, upgrading yourself, upgrading your ship, and then you die and then you restart and go again as like a clone of yourself or something, I think. And then 2 is much more just like a straightforward a straightforward space game where you fly from place to place, taking missions for people who are like, hey, I need you to help me go and blow up some bad guys, and you do that. But yeah, for some reason, I'm enjoying it a lot. So that's been cool.
I've been trying to do a bunch of stuff in Once Human before the season ends.
Right.
There's a bunch of deviants like the Pokemon type things that you
like chat,
catch.
Like Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
Right.
The deviants. So I think they change every season. So I'm trying to catch at least all of the ones I can, and then I can take them to the new season.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's a bit more story, but it seems like hard moments. It's like me and Bloomers have both been trying to finish some stuff, and there's one thing that's like, it's a thing that like can be attempted by like 20 people, but if you start one yourself, you just like, it's the luck of the draw. Maybe some other people turn up, maybe they don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we're trying to like get enough stuff that me and Bloomers could do it.
Yeah.
On our own.
The point at which any game like this, like the sort of when you get to the end game raid / group activity kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's where I started to fall off with when we were playing New World. And you get to, now you need to go and do this dungeon over here. Get your group of 6 friends together, or 15 friends, or however the hell many. And I'm like, I don't
have any friends.
Oh well, no, I even if I did, I'd need to persuade them to buy and play this, and then also, and that's the problem with Destiny, where it's like, oh, okay, well, it's smaller activities, like 3 or 6 people for the most part. But then it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm interested in playing Destiny, and I'd like to join you for a dungeon or a raid. Like, great, where do I start? Okay, so we're going to spend the next few weeks actually leveling you and getting you some gear to use in this. And it's like, here's a bunch of homework to do before you can.
Well, I remember I did like all of the free stuff in Destiny.
Yeah.
Like when we were playing a lot of it, and it was like kind of a little bit behind, but roughly the same as you guys. And then I didn't play for ages, and like you and Lucy had done all the DLC.
Yeah,
and like all the special things and
we've still
seasons
not done a
and
raid,
events.
Though this is the thing. Like, there's so many good raids, and I've not done any of them.
But then I tried to go along with you, and it's like there's mechanics where like if an enemy is too high, you can't hurt it, and it can't hurt you. And I was just like,
so they have.
I can't do anything.
They have made that a lot better.
Oh, really?
I was waiting for if Josh is around in chat, or some of the other Destiny players that will come in to say. So they have actually now addressed that, and so they have. I don't know if it's for everything, but for those sorts of activities like raids and dungeons and stuff. Now they set the power level. So like they take the power level from the highest one in the group, and everyone else is set within like 5 levels of that.
Okay, so you get automatically leveled up just from.
Yes.
Being with
if you're doing a raid or a dungeon, as the lowest person, you can't be more than 5 levels below. It will just bump you up to be like 5 levels below. So, which it is a really, really good change.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe I'll join you for some Destiny 2 sometime then.
Hell yeah. Okay. Might possibly be a bad time to get into it because Bungie's been going through some real troubles lately and laying off huge amounts of developers, and but the game's good.
Okay.
It's like this has been the sad thing. It's like they've put out some really, really good content lately, but it's just apparently not been well enough to save them, and they've had to lay off like 200 developers and stuff, and it's a real shame. But what's there is good and cool. And say there's neat dungeons, which are like 3-player kind of like light raid activities. So there's there are like those kind of raid mechanics where you've got a big encounter and everyone needs to be doing something, but kind of lower stake, smaller scale for 3 players, as opposed to like the raids that we did. Did you were there for some of the raids we did with Nick? Like, I think maybe. Oh, okay. Because I remember, like,
I mostly remember just like story stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Doesn't look like I can get a scoop. I can only buy a bigger excavator for 64 grand, which I don't have.
Yeah. No. Let's arpeggiate. No. Josh, you haven't touched Destiny since that, but you're down to help, down to raid help on that. Neat, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. So it's again, that's the problem with Destiny. It's like, right, I need to find not just me, but like 5 other people as well who, like, and yeah, it's like I think a lot of the barriers and gates and stuff, certainly on older raids, because you get that whole thing of like, right, we're doing this raid, we need one person with this character, like this class and these items, like this exotic gear and these exotic weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
This is you and this is your job. This is how we've solved it. And then we need someone, you sort of go through everyone and you're like, I've played for 3 weeks and I have this gun and this piece of armor that I use. And like, well, that's not meta, get out. And I think it's, well, I hope it's like better about that sort of thing. You can just kind of still contribute, certainly for some of the raids anyway. But yeah.
Part of what I miss is like about the old days when we used to play Dota. Like I stopped playing Dota, and even before I stopped playing with people. I just play occasional bot matches.
Yeah.
But the days when we could easily get like 4 or 5 people together for a few games in a queue.
Yep, I miss that too. I really like this is again, this is how we tell of Lucy's in chat, because she's heard me sort of talk about this a lot. There's just like in the last year or so realizing like, oh yeah, I really miss that we used to do that. Like, you know, for me, I'd get in from work, have food or whatever in the evening, log on to Steam, and there'd be people. They'd be like, oh cool, what are we doing? Be queuing up for Dota? Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I'm sort of trying. Well, I'm feeling a little bit excited about Deadlock. Yeah, I was like, what is it? Is it Dreadlock? No, that's a hair. Deadlock, because it's like, oh, okay. If there's people interested in and excited about this, that hopefully might get that a little bit of that like feeling of playing Dota again. And if there's people interested in doing that, that'd be cool. So, yeah.
We shall see.
Bullet, you could be persuaded to start Dota. Could you be persuaded to play Deadlock? I can send you an invite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's closed beta at the moment, but invite.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's now legal to talk about it. You are now allowed to mention that it exists and that you're playing it.
I mean, there's like
20,000. They're not banning accounts for that anymore.
There's like 2,000 people streaming it on.
Twitch.
It's like it tells you that when you load up the game. It's like it's interesting actually. It's like when you load up the game, it's like play, watch, and then all the like heroes tutorial thing. And watch, it says like 2,000 plus. I don't know if that's amount of people streaming or about people watching, but it could be streaming. And then when you go to play,
I would think streaming.
It says 12 plus. There's 12 or more people playing the game. And it's definitely more
higher than 12.
But it's technically correct that it is 12 plus people playing the game.
Discord's gone weird for me, and it's slightly desynced you.
Really?
Maybe. Oh no, there we go. Now you're back.
Okay.
I think I just overworked the poor fella. Let's do that. Let's put that back.
As long as it's not having the same trouble it was
No, we're good.
Sunday.
No, there was a bit of audio crackle. No, I think it's going to be my capture setup. There was a bit of audio crackle, and then it went. Oh, we're giving out codes. Can someone hit Josh up with a 2x KO Alpha Lab code? No. No, get that League of Legends fighting game nonsense out of here. I do not want. No. I actually managed to get JD to play a few games of Street Fighter the other day. Because I've been trying to pester him to play it for ages. Because I feel like it's one that he would enjoy, and also it would then mean I've got someone, if he gets into it, someone I can like practice on and learn against. Because I know that he would learn and get better at it, and then I've got someone kind of pushing me to get better too. But I don't think it's stuck. So sadly, I don't know that's going to go anywhere. Arian, also with everyone getting older, they also get busier and have less time for games. Yeah, exactly. Like, like over lockdown, for instance, that was kind of peak gaming time because everyone had a lot of free time and we were all online. So it was just what you did. You just hopped online and played some stuff.
Even at the point where we were playing like the most Dota was the point where, you know, we should have had real jobs that we didn't have enough time for. But, you know, we were self-employed in a band that wasn't as busy as it is now, and therefore could just, you know, play games all the time.
Had more time. Oh, I got a symbol up here.
Ooh, a symbol. Your son.
Yeah. Oh, that's my rhythm. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm not gonna be able to turn this into a tune. But I think I might.
Make it funky.
This sequence of it. That's
A
difficult.
little bit of samba.
No. I'm taking the rhythm out.
Okay, no rhythm.
No.
Sam's got no rhythm.
No, exactly. Not sure about this one.
Round of applause.
Yeah, they still liked it.
Good. Okay, thanks for the Prime 3 months. Wee.
Demo card.
Yay.
Just subscribe.
Also, thank you as well.
Round of applause. Perfectly timed with the end of the summer lair.
You've been kind of burnt out on gaming lately. I feel that too. Like it's definitely become a thing for me where I'm aware that it's occupying that sort of habitual space where it's like I don't know what else to do. I should play a video game because that's what I do, and that's where I would just spend a long time browsing through Steam, browsing through my Epic Games library, as in library on the Epic Games Store, not bragging about the size of how many games I have, and Game Pass and anywhere else that I can think that I have things, and I'll just do that rather than actually pick something and play it because I want the feeling of playing a video game without actually playing a video game.
Yeah.
And that's where actually what I need to do is do something different, like watch a TV show or read a book or do something else. But my brain just goes, play video game, do video game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I almost entirely play games that I can also, you know, watch something at the same time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time I'll end up just putting on. I mean, the kind of things we do on here that are just almost like idle games.
Yeah.
And just making number go up. I do like Dota Underlords because I can not pay too much attention.
Yeah.
Like that Power Wash Sim. But then I also have
entertainment.
Yeah, I have a bunch of games that I want to finish that I'm like halfway through, or I have and haven't started, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah.
Jedi, whatever the second one is, Survivor.
Yeah. I recently had to uninstall that because it'd been like a month since I'd gone back to it, and I was that was when I was just sort of, it's not a knock against the game, but I was just playing it for the sake of playing it, and like
right,
I guess.
Well, no, I'm interested in it, and I want to finish it, but it's a game that I would have to devote my entire attention to, and I always never do that.
Yeah, that is another big one for me. It's like finding something that either like engrosses me enough that I can dedicate time to it, and that's really where like streaming a game comes in, because I can't put on a Twitch stream whilst playing. I can't do that whilst streaming a game. That it's like you're only just restreaming someone else's content. That's kind of weird. And so that's where, for something like, so I need to go back to the Elden Ring DLC because I stopped playing it because my PC was running it badly. But yeah, something like that, I think I would have. Well, I actually know, because Elden Ring was a rare one in that it was a game that kind of required concentration and effort to get through.
Yeah.
But I was able to do that, and it was kind of all I wanted to do. And it's like, this is the game that I want to play. I don't want to do something more idle. I don't want to do like, let's see, Power Wash Sim or Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire and Balatro.
Oh yeah.
So I remember someone saying it's pronounced Balatro because it's an Italian word. I was like, I guess okay. Those are ones that I will do if I want to play something just for the act of playing a game, but I don't want to think too hard about it because maybe there's a stream on that I want to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, like actually, like you say, finding a game that is demanding like attention and focus and concentration, and actually setting aside the time to play that is a lot more difficult. But that's where, say, something like a multiplayer game, a team game, something like Overwatch or Dota or something like that, that then you've got a game that you're playing, but you've also got people that you're interacting with as well. So that, I feel, for me, kind of fills out a little bit of that background mental space where my brain's going, we've got a whole bunch of unused cycles back here that we're not doing anything with, and we're just going to start playing pop tunes if you don't give us something to do. And so, like, okay, I guess I'm going to talk to some friends instead then and make some jokes about stuff. Rosie, thank you very much for the 22 months. Lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. So, yeah. And like that's kind of a thing, because I enjoy VR. But mainly
that's like a whole commitment to
exactly that, and that's the thing. It's
game.
Like it's really cool. There's like I will go to the mat to say, like, there's some really, really cool things that you can play and do in that.
Yeah, it is my intention to get a VR setup at some point.
Yeah, but it's absolutely, like, it is number one on that kind of, I am dedicating time and effort to play this game and not do anything else.
Yeah.
Again, there's like hacks and things you can do to have like multiple screens up, but I don't want to tax my hardware too much. Be like, okay, I'm gonna have like a Twitch stream embedded into VR so I can play a thing whilst watching Twitch and stuff like that. Like that's far too much effort for me. I'm a lazy man. But I've kind of been using it for just exercise. So just playing lots of Beat Saber and Pistol Whip and stuff like that. Just to actually
sweaty in the
you can clean it.
Thing.
They do, like, I have it's like a silicone facial interface, facial interface they call it. But,
facial interface.
Yeah. If you die in the game, you die for real. But yeah, so you do, but you can clean it because I'm not a filthy gremlin. But yeah, and that's the thing. Like that's kind of how I've managed to get around that while I'm dedicating time when I'm not sat down at the PC playing a video game and watching Twitch, but I'm doing it for like self-gain by actually exercising and doing something beneficial for myself. So one, I'm tricking myself into doing exercise by playing a fun game, and two, I'm playing a fun game
tricking myself into playing
exercise. It sits neatly between that line. It's like, okay, fine, don't think about this too hard because it will go away. But for now, you can do this. It's bad for lamps if you knock them over. 1 sec.
You literally got a broken lamp there.
That
was that Beat Saber?
No, that was not that. Years ago, that was Robo Recall.
Okay.
It's a really good game. It was one of like the kind of prototype tech demo games for like the hand controllers, like the motion tracked hand controllers. And you have guns all over you, and like they're in different holsters. So you've got like pistols on your legs, you've got like shotguns and rocket launchers over your shoulders and stuff.
Sure.
And you're like, so you just like shoot robots with your pistols, throw them away, grab a shotgun over your shoulder, start blasting with that. You can like you throw the guns to bounce them off the robots. You can grab the robots and punch them. And sometimes you get incredible force feedback where it's like, wow, I just put my fist to a lamp. That's literally how that lamp broke.
Nice.
But yeah, no, Robo Recall, super good game. It's really fun.
Cool.
It's exhausting because again, like you're octopus all over the place, like shotgun, blam, rocket launcher, pistol, blah blah blah, and like catching their guns. Entertaining to watch. Yeah. I don't play VR games in front of people because it's funny to people to watch me do this. Thank you, Lucy. But yeah. Plus, I have a low ceiling in here, so I have hit the ceiling a lot. Oh, Erin, touching a stuffed animal whilst working with some gross stuff in Half-Life Alyx. Ooh, yeah, lovely. I frankly very nearly broke my thumb playing Half-Life Alyx, because there's like an encounter towards the end of the game where you get like a whole bunch of grenades and things, and like the end of the game is super cool. It takes you through some incredible environments, but there was like a fight in a corridor, and in game I was like leaning round a wall trying to like pop out and just kind of prime a grenade and throw it like backhands down a corridor. And in doing so, I just went smack and slammed my thumb into the side of this wooden desk here. It hurt. It really hurt a lot. I thought I'd possibly broken my thumb. I did get Lucy's mum to try VR, and she, like a duck to water, she just took mostly straight to it. A slightly confused duck that was physically trying to step over things that were only extant within the VR world.
Sure, so you got to commit to the scenario.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but this is like VR mini golf.
Okay.
in an empty room, and doing like big high steps over barriers and stuff like that, which is entertaining to see. But yeah, I'm amazed how quickly she picked it up. Just like straight. I thought it would be like a, oh no, this is silly, I don't know what I'm doing, I feel sick. And she was just like, no, let me go. Like Neo in the Matrix, like more. What more do you... And I was okay, we're going to start with something gentle, something simple, something very low interactive. Just, no, this is boring, give me more. I was like, do you want guns? Do you want to shoot things? I can do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Video games are usually full contact with injuries, or aren't usually full contact with injuries. Well, yeah, I know, but yeah. Yeah, she didn't get the surround sound because she's deaf in one ear. But you know, yeah, But no, back on the subject. I am a strong advocate for VR. I think it's very, very cool, and because it's one of those things that you don't get the same experience by watching a game be played on a screen, like without actually. And this isn't some sort of gatekeeper like, oh, you won't know it unless you've tried it thing, but like it is the whole point of it, like playing modded Half-Life Alyx on a flat screen instead of actually putting on a headset and playing it in game. It is an entirely different experience, and so that's why I'm a proponent for it from the perspective of like give people an opportunity to try it, and it's still not going to be for everyone, but by giving someone a chance to try it, you can actually see like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what you like about this. This is fun. Like I remember you did was it Job Simulator? Was that the
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was good. You're all playing Beat Saber on your sister's VR. Beat Saber is annoyingly simple a concept for how good a game it is. It's like I just hit blocks, I just cut blocks in time to the music. This is such a simple execution on the rhythm game concept, and it's so good. Like this, That's why there's so many imitators of it as well.
Again, it said
a study on it.
900 grams of magnetite added to the bucket, but one bucket is empty. This bucket was under the one that said gold. Do I need something other than the wave table to get magnetite?
Oh, let's keep this one. Why not?
The tutorial didn't teach me this.
Sure. I don't really know what we're doing with this one, but let's keep it anyway. Let's give it a listen.
It just gave me gold. How does it work?
Lena, is it Vari? Can't stay. Hello, y'all. Hello, welcome in.
Hello.
I want to do that synth bit differently on that one, but sadly can't go back. Only forwards.
Sure. I gotta Google how I get magnetite.
All right. And also, I've not used this, but this is how you export stuff or delete it. Like if you want to get rid of something, you put it into this and like turn the key, and then bam, and it like just nukes it.
Nice,
which is great. And this is a little exporter, so you drop the cassette into here, and it outputs a WAV file. Which, yeah, I was watching Ben Jordan play with this on launch day, and he was like making loops and stuff within it, and then exporting those out into Ableton, I guess, and like then starting to like remix and work with those to do some stuff.
Internet says this bucket that looks empty might have a tiny amount of magnetite in it. And there's somewhere right. I can dump it to get it, or okay. I can get a trailer and fill it up.
Right.
Is it in the... Oh, it's in the factory. Okay, I'll keep it for now. Tiny amount.
So yes, for making 2 tracks, I've now unlocked a metronome.
Cool. as I don't mix the buckets up. It's so labor intensive for such a small amount of gold. I mean, it's not a small amount of gold. It's a lot of money. But when I'm trying to get to 480,000 just so that the tutorial tells me what to do next.
Yeah.
And I assume it might just say, buy more equipment. And I might have bought the equipment by the time I get there. Look at this massive hole I've dug. That's all been processed. And I've got, like, this whole plot to go. And now I've got to move the machinery. Oh, slight problem. This end of this machine is where I attach the truck. So I'm going to have to park the truck on this small ridge.
Cool, have fun with that.
Let's see what I can do if I put the truck in the hole. And then... attach the trailer.
Oh, Aaron, you have the clock. Is it the last clock winder, something like that? I think I've seen a bit of that. Now, there we go. And then we just tell it to attach. We take off the cables and things. Attach. No. Sure.
Now I've got the truck stuck in a hole. Oh, I know what I can do. I've got a massive excavator. I can just push it with the crane arm.
Or can you?
I can. It moved. Okay, we'll just push it backwards. There we go. Perfect. Amazing. This is why everybody should have an excavator. Lights are on. Okay. Now connect. Still won't connect. Oh, the truck's still stuck in the hole. Excavator again.
Oh, I played a lighthouse on. It's very interesting. The Fisherman's Tale, I think it is. That was, if that's the one that I'm thinking of. That's yeah, it's like a cool puzzle thing where you're in a lighthouse. It's in a lighthouse. That's in a lighthouse. It's like fully recursive. So you're in a lighthouse as a fisherman, and the narration is very French. And in that lighthouse, you also have a model of the lighthouse that you are in.
Yeah.
And the lighthouse that you are in is also in a lighthouse. And so you like, if you like look out the window, you'll see, or if you like, say, pick up a shoe or something and you hold it outside of a window of the model lighthouse that you are looking at, and you look out the window, you'll see yourself doing that out there. So it's like you're constantly passing things back and forth between these layers to solve puzzles and make things bigger, make things smaller, find objects, and interact with this. Yeah, it's very neat. Sure.
So there were bits of that in the room games where you'd have like little models, but you'd never see yourself, or like the big version in the little version.
Yeah.
I'm stuck again.
There is a VR room game which I haven't played.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have a duck. No other blocks? Okay, weird.
Definitely not ruining my truck by doing this. Be fine. There we go. That sounds like a pop song.
It's... Not so damn the church bells. Oh, it's from an advert. Well, it's a pop song. It was using that. It was, what was the advert? It's like da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, that's No Place I'd Rather Be is that song, I think.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I was on TikTok the other day, and the guy who composed it was talking about it.
Oh, really?
It's some music producer with some pop star.
Yeah.
He said he composed it on a MacBook on the tube.
M&S, yeah. That was it. Yeah, it's the... Yes. That sounds correct. Like, that's a very simple little loop. I don't mind this. It's nice of that.
Okay.
So I'm sad that, like, there's... I think so far that I have seen from watching this and the little bit that I've played, I've only seen one thing that gives you like 2 bars as opposed to 1. But I would like some stuff that goes a bit longer.
Okay.
Good night. Thank you for being here.
The excavator is stuck on a hose. This hose is sticking out of the ground has the power to stop the excavator.
Meanwhile, I'm sad that this phrase for me starts in the middle rather than actually where the loop starts.
Oh.
Like, that's where it starts for me. But it's a da 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 da, which is it's going to really bother me and mess me up when I'm like.
I think either could work.
I can't make myself start it where it actually starts. Like it's.
Oh! No! I almost flipped it into the hole. Flip it into the hole. Okay. There we go. That's position. As long as I don't reverse it into the hole, I can pick it up. Bum, bum, bum.
I'm getting a lot of percussion on this one.
Is that close enough to... How did I do this before? I don't remember how to connect the badger to the thingamy. It's right there. It's really close.
You shouldn't be connecting badgers to anything, Dave.
Yeah. So Sam, what are you hoping that Kia Santa brings you in the budget? Have you been a good boy this year?
Better something to make energy prices better for the winter, because it sounds like they're only going to go up, and that's not really in anyone's interest. Apart from the energy companies who get to announce record profits again. It's amazing how that keeps happening, isn't it? Especially and incredible for them. More arts funding would be good. Yeah, like jealously looking across at Ireland and like just the things they do, having like was it income up to €50,000 isn't taxed for artists.
Nice.
Which apparently was like uncapped. It was like all income as an artist is untaxed, just to encourage it. And then U2 started taking the piss, and they were like, "No, okay, that's stop. 50 grand is enough. Beyond that, you have to start contributing something back." But it's like, that's fine, and yeah, something like that. And they've also been trialing. I think it was like for 2,000 people. Just like a basic income, like essentially 370 odd euros a week as just a basic kind of government grant income for artists. And this was all covered in an article by The Guardian about how come Ireland's producing so many like popular, well-received and prize-winning novels. Like Booker Prize has been bizarrely, who could say why, awarding a lot of prizes and awards to Irish writers in recent years. Yes. How can this be? And it's like, it's because they fund the arts, because they actually provide money to people who are doing these things so that they can not have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to be able to afford to live, to provide themselves, you know, the 26th and 27th hours in the evening when they can actually sit down and do the thing that they want to do. Ireland just has a lot of talent. All coincidence. Exactly, Erin. But yeah, the phrase, how do you get an Irish passport, has been said in exchange between Lucy and myself in the last few weeks, because it's like, yo, but seriously though, everywhere it's been tested ever, basic universal income works. Every country except Ireland, this will never work. Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, we do this thing, and it doesn't just make people's lives easier, which that's a good reason to start, to make people's lives easier. But, you know, you've got to get it past money people who are going to go, yeah, but what does it do for me? But when you actually then get the results that are like, plus everyone's lives, like it actually improves things and they produce better work and the economy grows and improves if you provide people with this basic safety net, rather than punishing them for being alive, we actually assist them in being alive and let them kick on to do better things. That's what's in it for you. If it has to come down to it. And ultimately, you know, we live in a society driven by economy. And you can't just have no money, because things don't work out that way. Think of the profit margins of my imaginary business. Well, no. But, like, yeah, ultimately, money has to be made somewhere, unfortunately, comrade. But that is the world in which we live. But it's been shown to work. And then everyone goes, no. If people get money, they'll never want to work for pennies for a billionaire. We can't allow that. No, exactly. Like, how will I coerce people into working for me, if not because they'll die otherwise?
Well, I'm sorry, Sam. You and all the other artists have been naughty children this year. You don't get...
That's fair.
You don't get anything like that.
Yeah.
There's like he made a pre-budget statement along the lines of, "It's not going to be good."
No magic money tree. Well, it's like I'm not expecting it to be good, not least because they've inherited an absolute shambles from the Tories.
Yeah.
But there is only so long that they can ride. You know, the Tories spent a long time riding the, well, we inherited a bad situation from Labour. It's their fault. Like, you've been in power for like 20 years, my guy. You've got to take responsibility for it at some point. So you can't just keep tossing that one back and forth and like it's their fault. But yeah, I'm not expecting like great things this time, which will mainly the thing that I hate is the peoples on the social medias who are like, "Oh, see, is this what you wanted when you voted for Labour?" It's like, well, who else was I going to vote for, my dude? Like,
I didn't vote for Labour.
I didn't. But it's like I supported them over the alternative because the alternative was more conservatives, and it's like you don't get to where we want to be without taking a couple of steps. You can't just take one big stride to like hard liberal progressive utopia. You've got to take some steps there, and this it's not there, but it's better than this. Like that is a step in the right direction. It's not a big step, it's not a particularly productive step, but it is a step. And like, okay, well then now let's start working from here. Let's get some decent people in places.
Yeah.
Maybe try and make things better.
And he did say that the people with the broadest shoulders should bear the biggest burden or something like that. So, I mean, he's definitely raising tax for richer people, but
okay, financially broad shoulders.
Yes.
Okay, good.
But not no, not literal broad-shouldered people.
Okay. Don't.
But yeah, it remains to be seen.
Don't pick on me just because I've got good genes.
It could entirely be shouldered by, like, I mean, literally the 1% could easily pay for all the shortfalls. But it sounds like they're going to cut a lot of services and increase tax for everyone, but hopefully do it proportionally.
Yeah. I'm just going to bunk these one at random. Let's make it.
Okay, successfully moved the thing. And then go back to the tedious job of digging a hole, digging up the dirt.
It's exactly. Damn it! We're just advertising M&S now. This is upsetting me. Yeah, we have just made an advertising jingle.
Sell it.
I don't hate that, actually.
It's a bit
You
awkward
went
at
to M&S today. This is an M&S story, so, be prepared. Went to M&S today. I got some chicken for the air fryer, some bread, some ham, and a yum nut. Is this... He said in Dave's chat, it's not a yum yum, it's not a donut, but boy, is it a yum nut. So...
Yum yums are already kind of donut-esque.
They're just long donuts.
One of them more layered.
I guess I suppose there is a bit of layering, lamination going on there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like patisserie science has gotten a little bit unhinged lately, like a layered ring donut. Okay, I mean, at what point does that converge with the cronut?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it feels like it's a push for the Instagramification. Cruffins. Yeah, so Co-op have started doing those. They're not bad, but they're very dry, and I feel like that's the disappointing aspect, that they're dry.
Yeah.
Andy, you were confused. England, what? No. Not what are England's doing with pastries. I guarantee you this will have started in New York.
Someone Google where the Yum Yum was invented.
Oh, the Yum Yum will be a British thing. But what if everything was a croissant? A croissant that's absolutely going to be an American thing. Although I think France has now started to get onto it too. Like there are definitely bakeries in the UK that are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy was at the one in
Greggs
London that did the crookie.
Oh,
it's a croissant cookie thing.
What?
But it's like, I think it's like a croissant with cookie dough in it or something.
Oh, I have heard of this. That sounds terrible. Yeah.
Like that's it. Basically, there has been like an arms race in the pastry world, which frankly, I'm sorry, France, that we have chosen your national dish of the croissant for this. But that seems to be like the focal point for everyone at the moment of what can we take this and turn into something else. And croissant cake, excellent. Go to Artoots in the middle of Bristol and get some from that. Yeah, that's cake. In fact, you could have had some, because when we were filming the at the Forge.
Oh yeah.
There
was a croissant cake.
Yeah.
Did I have some?
There's a. No, you didn't, because Lucy and I saw it. So I can say places in Bristol. That's fine.
Yeah.
The bottom of the Christmas steps.
Okay.
There is a bakery there called Artoots.
Yeah.
That does some really great stuff, and they did when we stopped by, because Lucy and I got sent out on the food runs. We saw they had croissant cake.
Is it actually a croissant cake, or is it just a big round croissant with icing on?
No, it's if you picture it's basically it's made from like it. I'm trying to describe this without just going. It's bread and butter pudding, but with croissant instead of bread, and it's not. What's the other one? There's another like loaf that's
bread.
Made. No.
Sourdough.
No, they sell it in Gale's Bakery. It begins with a B.
Baguette.
No, for goodness sake. Is it a B that it begins with? No,
Honey.
It's not brioche. For goodness sake, I hate you. If Lucy's in chat, please remind me what it's called. Babka. That's the one. It's not Babka.
Oh, Babka. Okay.
Yeah, it's neither Babka nor is it bread and butter pudding. It's a third thing. And yeah, so this particular one, it's sort of like a bread and butter pudding kind of construction, but it's very dense, because it's just like croissant bits, sort of. Yeah, and this had like the fancied fruit, the pomegranate seeds. That's the one. Yeah, apple. Had like pomegranate seeds on it and stuff. It was real good. The cronut was invented in New York, yes, but by a French person, and the crookie was invented by a Frenchman in France. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
No, now hang on, Andy Pants. So right. By that metric. Carbonara.
Yeah.
Is this Italian or is it American? I shall await the answer.
Was it made by an Italian in America, or was it made?
I believe it was.
Was it made by an Italian American?
I believe it was made. Oh,
because like Italian Americans now aren't especially Italian. I mean, I guess they were when they moved there, but now they don't know anything about Italy.
You don't make carbonara, you use cream. Okay, fair. Now, what American is not proud enough of their heritage to go, oh yeah, I'm Italian, or I'm Irish?
I think I just want to know the number of generations. If they're first or second, then I'd accept them as Italian.
All right, J.K. Rowling. No, show me the evidence. Oh, you weird psychopath. I sorry, everybody. If it was a good idea, then it's American. If it's a bad idea, blame someone else. Therefore, carbonara is American. I see the logic. Carbonara comes from Lazio. I think you think I may be thinking of pasta Alfredo. No, I'm pretty sure I read that it's an American invention.
Really?
Where are you getting your information from, Boudon? Because this was definitely something that I have read on the internet that it was.
Boudon heard it from some guy down the pub.
I am now obviously I've said show me your sources, and I can't show you mine. So
it was like a
it
was like a white cream sauce with like meat and egg.
Yeah. Now is it carbonara I'm thinking of? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that's. I am 95% confident that it was that.
I mean, if you get this wrong, Sam, you're gonna have egg and cream and ham on your face.
Wikipedia says Boudin is right. No, it's definitely not Alfredo.
I mean, Alfredo is definitely an American thing that doesn't exist in Italy.
Yeah. Because I do not. Am I insulting Italy again?
Think of a Caesar salad.
No. What?
In
what world would I? In what world would I like? For one, I don't even know what Alfredo is. I know what carbonara is, which is why I'm saying it's
that. Another white sauce. I had it in New York. It was fine.
Oh, okay. Alfredo's from Rome. There we go. Oh, also chat's wrong.
Are there any Italian dishes made in the US? What is it you're thinking of?
Lasagna.
I mean, all of them are made in the US when someone orders them in the US, but...
Yes. That's going to bother me now. I need to find where... I need to find my own source on things. Because I am... Like, that's the thing. I don't even know or care what Alfredo is.
He'll be very hurt.
And, yes. And I'm not going to mistake Caesar salad for carbonara. So I'm trying to think now if there was something that's like either in name or construction very close to carbonara that I am thinking of. But I'm just confident it was that there was like there is debate because like Italy has been going, oh well, this is how you make it, and Americans are going, actually we invented it, we get to tell you how to make it. Okay, well, in other news, an article that I did read last week, was about katsu curry.
Yeah.
Because this was about, it's on Vittles magazine, it's about the katsuification of Britain.
Okay.
Because it's everywhere now. It's become the new salted caramel. Like, every single thing has some kind of katsu flavor variant. And I don't disagree. It's delicious. Amras, you love katsu curry? Me too. It's great.
Is katsu the flavor, or is katsu the breaded meat or vegetables?
So here's the
combination.
Thing. Britain introduced it to Japan.
Okay.
It's technically a British thing. Well, I mean, technically it's not, because we went to India and went, ooh, these are delicious. All these spices and flavors and things like that. We're kind of going to ignore a bit of that. But we're going to bring that back home. And then it was apparently like British going over to Japan introduced Japan to this. So it's like they could have just gone abroad and like found it themselves. But apparently like we imported it from India to us and then back over to Japan.
Okay.
Boot up. Brits have taste. Get out. No mushy peas for you.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, because we're a great nation that has historically, if maybe not as much now, welcomed immigrants from particularly the nations that we have conquered in the past.
Yeah. There's
like a lot of Indian and Chinese cuisine is basically British cuisine.
Yeah.
So we have great food.
which is why I always balk at the British cuisine, British food so boring and bland, and it's just brown slop on a plate. It's like, what? Well, no, we have like the British Chinese takeaway. Isn't tikka masala entirely British? Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of food that is made by immigrants who have come to the UK, and it's always like, oh well, then that's not British food, is it? Like it's.
I mean, especially the ones that
British.
You go to like an Indian family in Birmingham or wherever. Birmingham's like the curry capital of Europe, and you go to like a 9th generation Indian family who've been making the best curries in Birmingham. They're absolutely like, as British as anyone.
Yeah, it's like Frank. It's like it's rude to say no, you're not. Like, yeah, they're British. If that's what they consider themselves to be, then I'm like, who's like, yeah, I hate the whole like gatekeeping. Like, no, it's not. Like, yeah, no, it is. This isn't me trying to like claim it, but it's like if. You know, like you say, tikka masala was invented in Glasgow, and it upsets me. It's like it has as much rights to be deemed British food as apple pie as an American food, or hamburgers as an American food. And so it's like English was also invented in Glasgow. Yes, true. And exactly, plain brown slop on a plate can be delicious indeed. Yeah, like apple pie was arguably British first. I mean, that's kind of the joke that I'm making, Andy Pan. So that it's like this is like it is a particular sore spot for me when, and it's just a silly back on pointless food debates. When food discussion pops up on the social medias, and it's usually like someone will post a picture of like a takeaway from a chippy or from like a Chinese takeaway or something, like a Brit, and it's Americans going, "Oh, I can't believe that Brits eat this slop, this swill. Look at this stuff," and you know, we take the piss out of ourselves. But if anyone else comes in with like, "Your food sucks," we're like, "No, we will fight you. We will not stand for that." And yeah, and you get the whole, British food sucks, and we're like, what? We have incredible flavors here. Like, just try a curry. It's like, that's not British. Like, it is actually. I was like, try the Chinese takeaway. That's not British also. Like, it is. You don't believe there's any region of the world where the food is just bad? No, there's like, ultimately, everyone's got really good food.
I think there are regions of the world where food is bad. You just have to make the region quite small, like down to someone's specific house who can't cook.
If someone straight up can't cook, like, or there's going to be regions where there's no flavoring or cooking equipment, literally just like the middle of a jungle.
I mean, there's regions
just eating dirt and grass.
There's regions of the world where literally no one lives and no food grows.
Yes, exactly. That food there is not very good.
Sand or ice or seawater.
Yeah.
Oh, seawater. There's the fish and things. If you go deep enough, I guess some of those might be delicious.
Yeah. But like everywhere's like there's definitely going to be places where there's food that I'm not probably going to enjoy eating too much as someone who doesn't like the taste of almost all fish. Any cultures that have a heavy like fish based cuisine, that's probably not going to be for me. So yeah, for me personally, probably not so much of that. But I think there's no nation's cuisine is going to be actually bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to have stuff they do that's incredible, and we should just all be more open to that.
I'm just petting my dog.
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Nice.
But yeah, it's like it is a silly argument, and it's just kind of pointless, like clickbaiting and sort of rage farming and stuff. But it bothers me because it's like, no, there's, for one, shut up. There's good stuff.
Can order 20 drills. What does that do?
Gets you 20 drills. You still reckon I'd like sushi? I I'm going to have to try it sometime, I guess. But the problem is, it will be one of those that's like, try the good sushi, but also the good sushi is not cheap to come by. And if there's a risk that I don't like it, spending good money on food that I might not like is a hard sell.
Where did I drop these nuggets? Just nuggets on the table.
Oh no, Queek. The only veggies you don't like are peppers, onions, and tomatoes, the 3 vegetables that are in absolutely everything. Oh, that's...
Onions are... Onions and spring onions and other alliums like garlic are the basis of pretty much all cuisine around the world.
Yeah, I like that. So tomato of those is the one that I struggle with. Like, tomato as like a base for a sauce. I don't mean like a bottle of tomato ketchup, but literally like a tomato-y sauce on like pasta or in a curry or something like that. Fine, good, delicious, great. A straight up raw tomato on its own, no, disgusting. Don't want to touch it. It makes me retch. So I have this like division between if it's like boiled down to like to remove like the actual tomato elements. Jean Baudrillard has entered the chat. Then you've got something interesting that I'll have a go at. But if you're just handing me, so like bruschetta, I pronounce it like this to take the piss out of Lucy. No thanks, because that's just chopped up tomato on some dry bread. Doesn't do it for me. Don't like it.
Garlic rubbed on it.
That doesn't disguise the fact that I'm just eating tomato.
Is this a storyline? I found part of the story. There was a piece of
plot.
There was a piece of paper on the ground. That's plot apparently. Where is it? How do I... It said something and I missed it. Guide? No. Stories, maybe. Stories? These are all locked. No, well, I found some story and nothing happened, so...
Oh, well.
Good job, game. Thank you for that.
Is it a texture thing for people who don't like raw tomatoes? It's partly, for me. It's both texture and taste. Like, the taste of raw, raw tomato has a quality that I find in... It's kind of present in most vegetables. And usually for me, it's a matter of like how present that is. And there are vegetables that have it in like such a quantity that I just it just tastes unpleasant to me. You hate metallic tomatoey tasting things. I wouldn't describe it as metallic. I've never figured out a good way to describe it. There's just... Yeah.
There's some things like tomatoes, I just can't imagine the flavour being offensive, but obviously people have different palates.
Yeah.
You have like the coriander soapy gene, or...
I'm fine with coriander. Coriander's nice for me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. There's other stuff like... Is it cucumber or something like that? It makes cucumber just taste like vomit.
Oh, yeah, no. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, cucumber to me has that same kind of flavor quality.
Okay.
That, like, in cucumber is a much stronger concentration of it, but it's there in tomato too.
It's like the water that resides within a vegetable.
Yeah, and cucumber is one for me that, like, if it's been in something, it's such an overpowering flavor. And this, funnily, at the Thai restaurant that Lucy and I went to a couple of weeks back now, as like a starter, we had it's like a Korean fried chicken bao bun. Firstly,
nice.
if you ever go to Khao Soi in Alton, get that. Good grief, the Korean barbecue sauce is the best I've ever had. And that had cucumber in it. I picked out some, but I missed a bit and kind of bit into it, and like I can taste there's cucumber in this, but actually the flavor of everything else is so overpowering that I'm not going to eat it. I will pick it out, but I don't actually. I'm not like cucumber, spit it out, which. Yeah, it didn't actually ruin the experience for me. Agent B. Smith, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope that you have come from a good stream and having a good time. Welcome in. We're talking about all sorts of things.
We are. Although, did you want to end soon?
I would like to end in a bit, yeah.
Is this where I sell the magnetite?
This will do as a loop.
Did I lose it? Because I dropped the bucket.
In. One.
I think there's just too much grinding in this game.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
which was?
I guess maybe there is some things I could upgrade with the money I do have, but. The tutorial telling me to get to 0.5 mil when it's this slow is just intolerable. I need more dopamine hits from little dings, like the constant dings of Power Washing Sim. If Power Washing Sim didn't have that and it was just 0, get to 100% with nothing in between, would not be satisfying.
That's fair. Oh, Agent B. Smith, you're attempting to make music. It went awry.
Ooh, nice.
Which is expected for someone who only dabbles in music. I mean, same.
Yeah.
No, bad. You actually have a verifiable record.
But making electronic music on a computer, as I do sometimes, not my area of expertise.
That is a different,
more story.
difficult.
I found it.
More difficult. That is a different skill set. One which, frankly, I'm keen to learn. I also dab in music. I'm not. I can't be bothered. But I mean, that. Funnily enough, that's literally what I've chosen to do this evening. Welcome to Worst Person Perspective. Boom, we got there with that. Dave,
podcast vibes. Oh.
Yeah, also that. Where I'm streaming with Dave. You can see his name in the title, and
hello,
so on and so forth. And he's dying from mining for gold, and I am playing with little musical sound toys called this is a program called Odada. It's a silly name, and I feel like I'm talking to a baby every time. What's my name? Like a toddler every time I say it. But it's just fun, brightly coloured, very plastic glazed sounds toy thing where you make little loops and sequences. Trying to learn composition is a time, and piecing music together is hard for someone who's new to it. Yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. You bought the big edition of FL Studio and it's not user friendly. Oh, neat. Well, congratulations. Good luck.
I don't have the biggest one. I have one of the middle ones, and I like it.
Nice. I have Reaper, and I barely struggled. Reaper and a bunch of Spitfire plugins. Yeah. Although I feel bad mentioning, using, and promoting Spitfire because I know there was a thing where the head of the company was making some pretty transphobic remarks the other year, and people were like, "Hey, don't do that," and he was like, "No, but I'm gonna." And I'm not really sure what the outcome of that is. So
I've never given Spitfire any money. So.
No, nor me. I just use the free stuff. But even then, it's like it's a gateway to giving them money. So I'm like, yeah. But no, I have it's literal music making software that I have. What would it be? I have Reaper. I think it's called The Cube, which is some weird.
Isn't that an ITV game show?
No, I don't own that. It's a little kind of weird sound toy thing. I got like a cheap version of that, which is sort of like it's kind of like a generative instrument thing. I have MIDI Noose, because I thought I'd try and learn and play with that, which I still need to actually go back round to and do. And I have this, and I do not use any of it to actually make music. I just kind of poodle around and make sounds. But yeah, I should at some point actually, because like I mean I have a MIDI keyboard, and bless you, I'll load up some fun sounds from Spitfire on Reaper and just like press some buttons. I have Lucy as well. Yes, although you yourself play the trumpet, you're not like an instrument. that I
you can say
Serato.
Just play this, and then it's just like a plugin, but
yeah, basically
you can vaguely describe it. Go do 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 do.
Make it go like a little.
Yeah.
Like wobble it a little bit. Yeah, great. No, I have like Serato DJ as well, with the intention of learning that sometime, or learning some DJing. Suggestions go when music comes out. Well, that is true. It's mainly me being like, hey, play this. And then you do. And then you come back to me and say, hey, Sam, I played that thing. Can you make a video for it? And I'm like, oh, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Make the visuals go doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I really enjoyed the This Is Not a Trumpet video. Because that was like that in its purest form of... Like, and that was inspired. So, I mean, on the subject of music production, Red Means Recording, so YouTube channel, which someone on the John's Discord put me onto years ago when I was asking for help with this stuff, and they're like, "Oh, check this out." Red Means Recording, YouTube channel run by a guy called Jeremy Blake, who does all sorts of electronic music stuff. Sometimes he's just making things. Sometimes he's doing like product reviews and stuff. But there's a lot you can just glean from watching. And he did a video a little while ago now. I think it was just called like Topography, or the subject was Topography. And it's him combining like stock footage with like Eurorack synth sounds. I don't know if I'm using Eurorack correctly or not. But basically him just with his very impressive like synth setup and just like making sounds and kind of narrating, talking over the sounds and describing the concept behind it, and then matching it with some really cool like beautiful stock footage to kind of illustrate the sound that he's making. And I loved that. It's a really neat video. It's a very nice concept. It's just a real audio-visual feast to watch and listen to. That's both components. And so I was like, oh, well, Lucy, you love doing all these extended techniques and making the trumpet make weird sounds that don't sound like the trumpet. Do you think you've got something like this in you? And then she went and wrote and recorded a piece. And together we went and like picked through a whole bunch of really cool stock footage. And then it was really fun just like matching those up and like, constructing this video to sort of illustrate these sounds. And it was a lot of fun to do. And I'm really happy with the piece that came out at the end.
Nice.
So yeah. Oh, this one.
What are you going to call it?
Well, this is the M&S one, isn't it? So
this isn't just a lo-fi beat.
I don't think I can fit that on here. I was trying to think, do I just call it? I don't even have... I'm very limited in what symbols I have access to.
How about Brilliant Dave and Sam's Music?
That's also a little bit too
BDSM
long.
for short.
I see what you've done there. I don't think I'm going to do that. Oh, let's go. Let's confuse everyone by calling it Sparks.
Okay.
Because, you know, M&S, Marks and Sparks. But also, anyone who's going to listen to this, I don't know. But say this is found in some... No, not like Nicholas Sparks. No. Marks and Sparks. That's what we call them here. For some reason, I don't know why.
Yeah,
I guess because it rhymes. Yeah. But also because Sparks itself is a band. This town is big enough for the both of us. Right, now which of these stickers says overpriced groceries? Oh, let's just make it like a nice little village. Let's just do... oh, actually, let's... No, let's do like a nice... Let's do a house. I wonder how many of these I can like put. These could be houses. These could be up arrows. Who knows? Oh, it doesn't go over.
No, it's
they're too small. Okay, well then this is going to be a much smaller village. All right, let's go. No, this is fine. This is fine.
A skull on it.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll do like a skull for the sun. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Get middle named in my chat.
Middle name?
Yeah, I shouldn't have. I never should have told them my middle name. Now they can be even more upset with me when I make inappropriate jokes.
Oh. I don't know your middle name.
Yeah, clearly not in my chat enough. Word in my chat the one moment I told them my middle name.
Yeah.
The other stream.
Fair.
I'm gonna get all of my identity stolen. We had a stream where I went through my mother's maiden name and my first pet. Because people were asking, and I'd like to be accommodating to people in chat.
Right, what if I put...
It's a snail. Put a snail on the roof. Tiny snails on all the roofs.
That's how... Okay, well, let's get rid of that. Let's do... You wanted a skull. Let's put that down at the back. Let's do that.
The skull is watching.
A skull with a sweatband is what... There you go. You won't know that it's a skull, but it's kind of... Oh, actually... Hang on. Can I? How about... Yeah. Like the eyes are like the tape spokes. There we go.
Yeah.
Now, what if we take that and we make... Whoops. I want... Make that. Just gonna like... Even that all up a little bit. Copy that. Put on that. No, that's a house. No. Give. There we go. Yeah. Right. Now what do we want to add to this? Well, that's something else I was going to add. Oh, you wanted a snail. Let's put a little snail. No. There we go. A little snail friend. Art.
Beautiful. Oh, I was tapped out, but I somehow fell off my crane.
Rip.
Thanks, game.
Yeah. I want to add a little... This is my problem with anything where I have like creative choice like this. If the game gives me all these colors, I want to use all these colors. And this is this is my problem with like music toys and sound toys like this. Of you've given me all these things that I can do, so I want to press all these buttons and use every possible thing, and that's not. Sometimes it's about the notes you don't play. But this is my problem when I went into when they added all the synth music stuff to No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
And I tried making stuff with that. It's like, well, you've given me so many things that I can do. Why would I not just use them all the time? There's a little balloon there. Oh, actually, no. There you go. It's the snail's balloon. The snail's balloon has escaped. Isn't that sad? Let's have a little moon. Yeah.
Is this your music that's playing?
No, this is much better.
Okay.
Yeah. No, if I made this, I'd be really proud.
There's a little bit more variation than the game lets you have.
Yeah. Yeah, this goes on a bit longer. Oh, I think you made a bit of art there. Yeah. Look at that. No, we can, now that we've created, now we can give it a listen.
Nice.
Suddenly MS gets in on the gig. Saved only by it starting in the middle of... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds very Lion King. What? No.
I don't know.
I refuse. Oh. And we keep it. I mean, I could export these if people wanted to listen to them back and do some things, but I don't think anyone's going to ask.
Make a YouTube channal just for you.
Yeah, there's just these. Here's 2 minutes of some loops.
Yeah.
All right. I did unlock a new thing, but I don't know, like a new thing that looked like a synth of some kind, but I don't know when I get it and how to go. What?
Fell off again. Even though I'm tagged out, the game gradually pushes me off. I was standing on top of my crane and enjoying the sunset. Six days to summer. That's not true. Have you enjoyed your brat summer, Sam?
I'm really more of a Savaloy kind of.
Okay, yeah. It's we're moving out of brat summer and into unruly children autumn.
Right. But also something demure apparently.
Yes, that's the thing.
The only things I know about that are apparently someone said it, then all the brands got on it immediately, and so everyone's like, "Oh, we don't like using demure anymore." That's the latest meme that's died. And the woman that said it was too late to, like, someone else, I think, registered the trademark as their own before she could do it, and it's like, it's just the word demure. That's it. So yeah, but no, I know nothing about these particular trends.
Yeah.
If I can't turn them into some kind of shanty-based meme,
that's how you see the world.
That's how I have to see the world. It is my job.
Dog has finished his food. Give dog more food. Good dog.
Oh no. I ruined it.
I live in this caravan on this site. What a life. Small thing of gas. And I have a campfire that's constantly burning somehow. Do. You making another one?
I can stop anytime.
I think
this is
I've about reached my limit with this. I don't want to just keep digging this hole forever.
Well, let me tell you about a Twitch channel where the guy literally just does that in Minecraft. It is James_LRR, where literally his whole thing is punching chunks, but not literally punching chunks in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he will dig out. There are rules on how this can be operated, but yeah, he digs out like entire chunks and then moves on to the next one and use that to make some really cool bases and stuff. But that's his entire bit of just digging the ground. So that's good fun. But yeah, I think I'm good. I can just go straight to. Wait, what?
That's saying you'll lose your current one.
It might do, yeah. Oh yeah, if I go back, then I lose my pro. That's fine. Thank you for interpreting the symbols for me because I could not. Like, what on earth?
It is weird that it didn't tell you what it was saying. It just
it's like
just symbols.
What does this mean? It's too much there, IKEA. I need words, please.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess then that brings us to the end of this.
Nice. Well,
whatever the hell this was.
Thank you for joining me, Sam.
Thank you for joining me, Dave.
It's always a pleasure.
Good. I welcome the performance review.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's going to be a Sam heavy week here on Longest Dave Twitch because you're going to. I think you're going to join for some Deadlock on Thursday.
That is the plan. Yeah. And then, all things like that are kind of provisional in terms of availability, but yeah, that is the plan. And
then also Lethal Company on Sunday. So
yeah, that's true.
Lots of Sam.
Hello.
Over here.
Get used to me.
Yeah.
I'm I'm here all week.
Yeah. And then
apparently,
I guess whether you stream any of your perspective of those is a question for your poor, hard-working laptop.
Yeah, well, I think my usual game streaming setup is able to cope better. I think it's because in this one I've got a bunch of different scenes all pulled together into one scene.
Sure.
That it takes it, but like I'm actually surprised and impressed by how well this ran. So I think it's just the other RAM that I'm not currently using in this laptop was causing bottlenecks and problems. So yeah, technical problems at the start weren't anything to do with that. That was just OBS and Discord having problems. But yeah, I here might be back at some point. I guess 3 days would be Wednesday or Friday, possibly to do some. Thank goodness you're here, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah, look for Dave, and probably me doing some Deadlock on Thursday. I mean, I'll probably try and play it before then anyway, but not on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you,
people,
for being here. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you, Dave, for having me.
How do we end these
Literacy
things?
on Wednesday as well. Yes. Sorry, yeah. On Wednesday evening. That's true. So I will not be streaming on Wednesday evening, of course. Sorry. That's real rude of me. Yes, there is Literacy on Wednesday. So follow that channel there if you want to hear some stories read.
Books.
I don't know what Lucy's planning to read this week, but it's more short stories. So you can just jump on in. You don't need to know where we are in a story at any point to do that. Just go over there and get yourself a free audiobook on Wednesday evening.
Cool.
It's like a chill bedtime story. But yeah. How do we end this thing? I don't really know.
I might raid Shadow, who's painting postcards after she did her art week and auctioned off some paintings for people. So I might go over there, say hi.
I can probably do that. Oh, I've just broken everything, of course, because I clicked on Firefox. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna raid over to Shadow as well. Actually, I can type that there, can't I? Is it just
Shadow at noon? All one word. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hope I've done that correctly. The raid has been created.
Lovely. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again very soon on all manner of channels. So long.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.